Coming to you from Final Third Cigar and Whiskey Lounge in Ingalls, Indiana, Indiana's exclusive Aladino Cigar Lounge. It's the Final Third Podcast.
Welcome back to the Final Third Podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Mike.
And today we're going to be talking about PCA. We're going to be drinking beer because National Beer Day is what day?
It is April 7th. So
April
by the time
7th.
this comes out,
Sunday?
it's going to be next
Is that right?
Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Sunday,
how-
April 7th.
Like I need an excuse to drink beer on a Sunday?
Yeah.
It's not even the NFL or anything?
Exactly.
It's a sad day because there's like no games that day. So
Well, we're also going to, or I'm
There's
going
like
to
3
try
hockey
on
games.
the show, which actually you guys have already tried it. We can all
NCAA.
try it.
on that Sunday,
Yeah.
whatever. None of them
I'm
matter
sure.
because all of our teams lost. So fuck them.
No, all your teams lost.
That's true.
Yeah, it's true. We're also going to sip on the Double Oak from Moondrops.
Yeah.
And then I am going to try what you guys have already tried on the last podcast, the rye barrel from Moondrops that is 2 years old.
2 year. Yep.
So it's not obviously not ready yet, but it's going to be a good thing to try. So,
Their own distillate on that one.
Yeah.
but we're
Yeah.
also going to be smoking the Micallef Blue. I brought these fresh back from the show. They're going to be on their way here very soon. I think I saw an invoice come into my inbox today. So hopefully we'll get these within the next week, and we're going to smoke these on the show.
Very
yeah,
excited
love it.
about this
So you had one already, right, Rob? You had one in Vegas?
I might have had 3 or 4.
Yeah, because they
Yes.
sent you some samples here too, didn't they?
No, I didn't.
okay.
That was the first ones I smoked. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. So surprised at first and expected it to be what it was? Like,
What I expected.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Okay.
So can't wait to see what you guys think.
yeah,
So-
said it was a medium-bodied cigar, right?
Yeah.
So this one's a little bit medium. Blend of San Andreas Sumatra
Thank you.
and Ecuadorian Habano. Fillers from Nicaragua and Dominican.
Cool.
They have two, the Robusto and the Toro.
Yes.
And the retail on these are, I mean, it's just like the black and the other ones is,
Yeah. Same
Sub 10.
prices. Yep. Yeah,
So-
you're gonna be around that $8 to $9 range on them, and can't
Not
beat
mad
it. I mean,
at
it's a great deal for a new brand, another new line from them. They're gonna try to keep all of the colored series in that same price point. The cool thing is they I can't even use my words today. They have the red
You're
and
barely
the white
talking.
coming. I know my voice is almost gone, but the red and the white are going to be coming, I think, later this year or the first of following. So, yeah, so
The
we got
cold
that
draw's
going.
perfect. Like it's easy and it's got some interesting kind of high fruit notes to it that I really like.
Yeah, it kind of does that same thing as the blue sapphire from Rojas.
Right. Yep. I'd agree.
Got that kind of a, isn't that hilarious? They named this the blue. That was the blue bonnets, and they both have that dry blueberry thing going.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's intentional or if
I was
that's
going to say, do you
subliminal
think
or
that's,
what.
yeah, I was going to say that might be a subliminal
It
thing.
could be.
Getting to be an industry thing.
Yeah. That's a your taste buds are wrong thing.
It's almost like a what's that cereal? The cereal that has the
Blueberry.
no, not
That's what I
blueberry.
was thinking.
Similar to blueberry, but more like the Lucky Charms. The aroma coming off of it. But it's not the Lucky. It's the one with all the little fruit. The Fruit Loops. God damn, can't think of that word.
Wow.
Fruit Loops.
Just throwing out some wild shit. He's like,
Man.
There is no
All right.
freaking words in my brain right now.
Rob is fried.
You know, here's the problem, Rob, is we stayed up way too late watching hockey.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have had that last, 147 proof
That
brandy mule.
Probably didn't
apple
help me
brandy
either.
mule.
Yeah.
But then I got up this morning and I had a haircut and I got a straight razor shave.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
everything's back to normal.
Oh, I
for
feel
you.
fantastic. I'm like, I am just as good as you could possibly be right
You
now.
look good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I brush my
Can
beard.
I scoot a little closer?
you want to
Touching legs.
You want to touch? You want to rub my face, Rob?
All right. No, I
Spark
don't.
these
But thanks
things
for
up.
asking.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely
What are
seems a
friends
little-
for?
Exactly.
You're going to use that when you're going to go soft flame? What are you
I'm
doing?
gonna go ahead and use it.
So how was your
Um,
cut? How did you did the straight cut with that? Did it work?
It peeled the cap off. Actually, this got such a great draw. It doesn't matter.
Oh, well,
But it still didn't leave a lot. Left a lot there.
okay.
So this is a new one that Vissel's making apparently. They sent me a sample here, big table lighter. If you can see it on the YouTube channel at least. This thing is a freaking 4-jet,
Yeah,
massive thing. It's got a rest on top, it's got a punch on the bottom, and it's got a straight cut on the back. And I used a straight cut, and it worked fine. But we'll see how it does, going forward with it a little bit.
It's got every type of cut that you need.
Except for V.
Except for
V.
Throw it away.
Yeah, trash.
Yeah, trash it.
But it's heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like a really nice lighter. It looks like it has a really large tank on it too. So we'll find out.
Well, I'm using the soft flame lighter. I
love
just
that
a
lighter.
huge fan of this soft flame.
I'm just happy if any of my lighters actually light. So
well, that's always
we'll see what
good
happens.
thing. Yep.
1 for 1. Look at that.
Hey, way to go.
Nice.
Well, there's something with my jets. Like I even cleaned it the other day, and it will not light unless it is turned all the way up.
Could be
just
your
need to send
jets
it
are
back.
going out.
Yeah, I think I just need to swap it out again.
So one way that I like to clean the jets, I don't know if you do this or not. Don't know if anyone can actually recommend you doing this, but I do it.
Blast
Is
it.
I usually use the butane and I
Blast it.
jet it,
Yep.
blast in there,
Yep.
let it cool down, and then light it, and it just
The
usually
hardest
puffs them
part
out.
with this one is the touch. So like as soon as you flip, the gas is on.
Gotcha.
So like I have to make sure it's 100% empty,
Oh,
or I'm
that's
gonna
true.
explode a can of butane, which I've almost done before.
That seems like a little scary.
Yeah. So like the gas is flowing now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it's scary. We've talked about
Yeah.
how scary my lighter is, but
The thing I like about this cigar is so when we smoke the black, that first initial retrohale just blasts you with that nice strong pepper. This one, you're blasted with a lot of spices, but not pepper. It's more of the strong baking spices, maybe a little bit of pepper on the top of the senses, but it's really all the other baking spices that are coming through the nose.
Oh yeah,
it's very
Really
soft.
nice, really nice.
yeah. Well, I love when you first light a cigar and it has such an easygoing draw.
Yes.
Sometimes it can be a little airy. This is not. It is a nice. I wouldn't call it a heavy smoke, but a nice kind of medium-bodied
Mhm.
smoke, right? But lots of flavor in there, lots of baking spice for sure. A little bit of that. I'd say probably more white pepper than black pepper on
That's
it.
probably what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yep.
The
'Cause
on
it's
the
not
palate,
sharp enough, so
right? And
Yeah.
on the palate, I mean, I'm still getting a little bit of that sweet fruit note underneath the smoke. I don't know if you're getting that or not.
absolutely.
I almost get a little bit of like dry cinnamon.
Okay,
not
in the
like-
nose.
Yeah.
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 On
I
the
can see that,
retro,
yeah.
like the dry, like a shaved cinnamon stick.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's kind of. So
Well, why don't we get going?
Yeah.
You guys
need
can
to start
pick-
with
I'm going to
yours.
start with this. If you want to pop one of the bottles to get started with.
do you want to try a pour of the 7-year again? Because last week we didn't get to smoke with our moon drops.
Oh,
So
then, yeah,
that is totally up to you because today is beer day.
it is beer.
Well-
So, do we want to do bourbon first and then get into beer, or do we want to do beer first? And
These are all stouts, so I think it's going to wreck our palates.
I would tend to
So,
agree with you.
I
So
would
let's
say
do a little bit.
Yeah, let's
little
do an
pour of
ounce
the
of
bourbon.
that because we've had many pours out of it, but we have not paired it with a cigar quite yet. And Rob's over there trying his 2-year
Yeah.
Moon Drops distillate.
Well, Mike, you're right. The
Just gonna
it
do a
still is
skosh.
holding out that white dog kind of nose.
it's very
but just a
similar.
little. I mean, you can still smell the oak, but it definitely has the sweetness of the white dog. Which you guys both tried the white dog. I mean, I know we did. You
Yes,
tried
I
it.
did.
get
Yeah.
some?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I got
Yeah.
some. They were running
Yeah.
that day.
What'd
So
you think
while
of the
you were
white dog?
cleaning up, and I got to go through
Yeah.
and do the tour.
Which was after the show.
It was
So
after
what'd
the
you think
show.
about it?
Yep. Oh, it was incredible. It was absolutely fantastic, and they were right in the middle of the hearts. So I mean,
It's a
you're-
little lighter.
You're like you're getting the best part of it.
Yeah.
Mine was not light because I was right in the.
Oh, really?
It
I
was
think the one
not,
that we
yeah.
pulled off was like 127 or something.
Okay.
So it was a lower, but I mean, that was a different run.
Yeah, I don't know what the proof was. They said it was somewhere around there,
Hmm.
but I would say if you're talking about like flavor and just overall complexity, like it was absolutely wonderful, and it was cool to see them mashing and distilling. I mean, they're running through the whole process, right?
So we
Mhm.
talked about like how they're pretty much a supervised automation process with like their equipment. What do you think of that? Because like me and Rob toured it last or 2 weeks ago, and then you got to see it, and I was surprised at how advanced some of the equipment was for how small of a operation they are.
Yes, I wonder, how many problems, and it sounded like they've had issues just with equipment breakdown.
Yeah.
When you do a full work cell versus the independent machines, then you tend to see a bit better process overall. So I'm sure that they're getting, their money's worth.
Got to dial in the
but
consistency.
it's just like,
yeah,
man, you could have a lot that could go wrong at any one time in
Sure.
that, and it creates some challenges. And
yeah, for sure.
it was funny talking to Mark and hearing him. He was kind of bitching and moaning about it. He's like, this shit took us so long to get it up and running, and something's breaking all the time. But yeah, there was nothing. The only manual thing was moving from one station to the next station. The rest was completely automated.
Transfer and everything. It's crazy.
It makes for, nice labels. It makes for perfect fills every time and good packaging. And it's just having to do all those processes. And then you do one, and then you carry the bottles to the next thing, and then you carry into the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of a pain. But
So I see Rob over here adding a drop to his 2-year. What you thinking?
I can see where it's heading. I think I really like there's some fruit kind of in there. You obviously get that kind of that rye note.
Mm-hmm.
A little oak tannic, not in a bad way. It's like it's
Young oak.
It's young oak. Thank
Young
you.
oak.
It's pulling the oak, but it's not quite old enough to be the good flavor of
Sure.
the oak yet.
Yeah.
It's getting there.
Right.
But there's still a little bit of that almost butterscotchy thing going,
Okay.
which is nice. The sweetness there.
Yeah.
But I added a little drop of water because I'm sure this was probably right out of the barrel. And I think that they said they were going to try to release that first batch at 100
At
proof.
100, yeah, he was going to.
So I was going to try to bring it down and
try to
see
proof
where
it
they're
down.
heading to. So
Yeah, he wasn't sure what this one pulled off at, but it was definitely more than 100.
ooh, that
That
actually
changed a
does
little bit?
something nice.
Nice.
It definitely brings a brighter cinnamon kind of note to it.
See, I told you. He
You did.
killed his, and that's what I said. I was like, as
Yeah.
mine sat on the counter and
said
aired
it
out a
opened
little
up a
more,
little
it
bit.
opened up a little more
Yeah.
to some of those cinnamon notes. I don't know why I've been kicking on cinnamon lately.
But it's actually not like the cinnamon
It's not candy
spice.
cinnamon,
No, it's leaning more towards the candied cinnamon for me.
Oh, really? See, mine
Yeah.
was
I think
baking.
that's what I said. I think I said cinnamon discs.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Oh. See, I was thinking like the dry cinnamon.
Okay.
Maybe you're just thinking of your cigar.
Maybe I am now. Who knows? Dr.
Well,
Scott
we
says
all-
I'm often wrong.
We
so.
all suck anyway, right?
Yeah, we all suck.
Yeah,
We all
yeah.
wrong.
We all
Yes.
learned that.
Fuck
Thank
the
you,
pens.
Jackie. Fuck the pens for sure.
Fuck
Yeah,
the
fuck
pens.
the pins. But no, I really like it. I think it's headed in a great direction.
I'm
I
excited.
would love to go back and talk to them in a year.
Yeah.
When it gets to 3,
Sure.
taste it again, and then when it gets to 4, taste it again. Because they said they're not gonna release it until it's ready,
Right.
and that's the way they should do it. Now he also made the comment that you still got to pay the bills.
Yeah, bank man's
And
coming.
if we get to 4 years and it's really good, but we want to wait till 5,
Yeah.
but we have to pay a bill, they
It's
may
coming
release
out
it
of
at 4,
Wow.
and that's totally fine.
Keep up with this MGP that you got there.
Well, as
and-
much as he's making, he's going to have that rick house full.
Well, I think I didn't
22
hear
a
him
month.
say that he's timed it out where it'd be about 6 months. Once he gets the last release of the MGP out, he has about 6-month lag between
I think that's
that
what he's saying.
and his
Yeah.
own stuff.
Yeah.
If it's ready at the right time, so
And he said
I'm
if
sure
something
that's
happens,
nerve
he
wracking.
would go find more MGP if he had to.
And that's true. You can always
Yeah.
find aged MGP.
Yeah, sure.
So
which is awesome. Yeah, what are you thinking, Scott? Since this is our first chance of trying this with a cigar, and I think this is a great cigar to put it with.
I actually think it is a perfect cigar.
I think it's a
to put it
great
with.
pairing.
Yeah. This had some very nice fruit notes to it that
Already.
we talked about.
Yeah,
And adding the cigar to it, it absolutely
I was getting
brings
like
the two together.
red fruit out of the 7-year MGP. So this Moon Drops, I know we talked about it last week because this is what we were drinking. 60 corn, 36 rye, 4 malted barley. 7-year source MGP double oak to Moon Drops.
And no bashfulness. It says right on the back.
Says it
sourced
right on
from
the back.
MGP.
This isn't a secret.
Yeah, we're not trying to pretend
Yeah.
or hide anything.
We're not telling you.
and by the
anything
way,
that they
Mike,
don't already tell
thanks for getting the bottle,
you. Yeah,
bring
brother,
it in.
man, yeah.
Appreciate that.
I got a bottle of the moonshine,
Which one?
the apple pie.
Apple pie.
Yes. What'd you end up with? The lemon shake up?
Yeah, the lemon.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I
Well,
think my favorite was the orange crush.
Yeah.
So it's
I'm
kind of
taking
cool.
it to the wedding this weekend. So.
Oh, good for you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We need to talk
Yeah.
about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well,
got-
actually,
Well, congratulations, Eric and Carson.
Yes,
yay!
congratulations.
Unless
Cheers.
something happens,
Cheers.
and then we'll cut this part out. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
Unless
If
something
Carson
happens.
runs,
Yeah, no running.
or wait, if Eric runs.
So
but-
by the
no,
time
he's-
this releases, the wedding will have happened 2 days ago.
Mhm.
I don't think anybody's running at that one.
No.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Maybe
They're
into
perfect for
other's
each other.
arms.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are
no-
perfect for each other.
Nobody's running.
No.
But yeah, so
Ooh.
me and Scott are going to end up down there.
That brings out the high fruit
Uh-huh.
notes. I got also a little bit of cinnamon roll. To your point of talking about some
Yep.
of the dried cinnamon.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of just popped like just as it kind of finished.
And you said you were going to get a couple bottles of these for here, right?
Yeah, I've got them
You
on
got 'em
order. For
ordered.
some reason, the rep or the distributor didn't deliver them.
Who do they distribute with? SG?
I think it was Southern Glacier. I have to
Okay.
go back and look.
That-
I'm pretty sure
that
that's what it
sounds
was.
correct.
I feel like we talked to him about that too.
Well, and I texted Josh and told him that they didn't get it to me. I don't know. Could be distributors playing games again. I don't know for sure.
Yes.
We'll find out.
Scotty D's got a new fan.
Uh-oh. He
Yeah, I
does.
guess
He
so.
does.
Josh
Yeah.
liked you.
Thanks,
Yes, he
Josh. I
did.
appreciate the nice comment.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that. So
You brought him life.
that's fantastic.
I don't know. He didn't say that.
I don't know. What the hell does that even
Well,
mean?
You
What-
bring me life. so-
What I heard was you complete him.
Yes.
Oh,
That's what I heard.
It's
It's
like
my
a circle.
it's my
circle.
clean
Like a circle.
close shave.
Exactly. Well, even
You look
before
pretty-
that. Yeah.
Well, maybe it wasn't the clean shave. You weren't clean shaved.
I was
last-
not clean shaved at all
Yeah.
last week.
You're pretty fly for a semi-white guy.
Right? Semi-white guy. That's perfect. Shades of Scotty D. The sun has not been out for a few days, so
I know.
Yeah, no
it's coming
new
back.
shades right now.
We need to start every episode with a color swatch. From
Right,
That'd be
right.
And then we'll
great.
just do
Can
a
you
time
just
lapse.
get
of-
like a 15 different browns and bring it in? And we'll
Oh.
just put my back of my hand up
I'll bring
against
a
it.
I don't know if
balance
you
color.
remember last year when he got back from Mexico. He looked like he belonged to Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
I
native.
do belong
Dark.
in
Well,
Mexico.
you do, but
Man,
yeah.
love me some Mexico. Guanajuato, baby.
So
Yeah.
Let's get
while
some
we're
beer going.
while we're sipping on this one, before we get into the beer,
Okay.
what's new on the table, Rob?
Oh yeah,
Hey.
there is something new here. What is
So
this?
I can talk about it now, or I can bring it up as we get through the show. What do you want
Dude,
to do?
I think you got to just come
You
on.
gotta
All
rip
right,
it.
all right.
Rip it.
So you guys all saw we were asking for your votes. We were nominated for the best cigar bar of the Midwest. We were one of 11 in the entire country that were nominated, or that actually made it through the nomination through the PCA, and then it went out from the PCA to the public for brands, for distributors, brands, and also for customers of the lounges. And we pulled out the trophy. We won.
Heck
So-
yeah.
So we actually got the 2024 Best Cigar Bar of the Year. They call it the Best of Leaf Cigar Bar of the Year in Midwest. So
Heck
we're
yeah.
very excited.
Huge,
Yeah,
huge
it's a huge
congratulations.
thing.
Cheers
Thank
to
you.
you
Yeah,
and
cheers to
Lisa.
you guys.
And
Cheers to
all
all
the
of us.
employees, everybody that's worked hard
Yeah.
to make this dream come true.
Well,
and
and this honestly is not us. This is all of us. Everybody that comes in here, this is actually an award that we all won together, because the culture that
It's a community.
has been created here, honestly, I feel like that is what got us to win. It wasn't the beautiful building, because I will tell you, the pictures and the videos of the other places, they were gorgeous. They spent a lot more money
yeah.
and made them look beautiful. It had nothing to do with that. I think it had all to do with the culture that's been created
Yeah.
here, the customers, our employees, everything. I feel like it's just a good. It's Midwest hospitality.
Right. But even like
And it
all the
worked.
ones that won, I watched the video of all the winners, and all of the places that won were locally owned.
They
Like,
are,
they-
and that was the goal of this. This was
Yeah.
not for any.
No chains.
No.
it wasn't for
No,
blend or
so burn,
Yeah.
blend, Monte Cristos,
not
all those.
part of this one.
They're not allowed to. I mean, that obviously those are
Yeah.
beautiful places, but no, this was
chains.
all for stores,
Yeah.
or shops, or
Yeah.
lounges, or whatever. Yeah.
Mom and pop brick and mortars.
Exactly.
That is
Yeah.
a huge win.
That's
I
awesome.
mean,
We were stunned.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, for those that are not familiar, PCA, the Premium Cigar Association,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
And they are basically the organization for the entire United States and beyond to
In the world. Yep.
Yeah, the world.
Yep.
So that's I mean, you don't get any better than that.
Mm-mm. No, we were super excited. We were stunned.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
So now you can come into the award-winning Final Third
That's
Cigar
right.
and Whiskey Lounge.
That's right.
There will be billboards.
Yes, yes.
There could be. We'll see.
Maybe we need to update the recording for the Indy Fuel tonight,
Ooh.
right?
Gosh, yeah, it'd be
for the-
too late. There's no way.
Yeah, I know.
They
I
barely
know.
get it on the thing when I need it on there.
Gentlemen, I'll go with you tonight. We'll take a
Right.
projector in there and we'll
Yes,
just hold up
sweet.
the picture of that on the.
I'll just yell
On
it
the board.
real loud.
You know, that's
right?
actually a good idea.
I could
need
get
to
it on
probably-
the ice.
I'll probably call Halston and see if they can do that next game or two.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Award winning.
Yes.
All right. Well, while Scott's still enjoying his 7-year MGP, we're going to dig into some of this beer. So, as you see here, I brought some of the Goose Island BCBS.
Nice.
I think all 3 of them are 2019.
Yep.
There
Looks
is.
like it.
That's awesome. The CBS I brought was 2019 as well.
Was it good?
Yep.
I've got the Weller 12. The Weller, it's aged in Weller 12-year barrels. I've got the original stout, and then I have the Moncherie stout.
So does it taste just like Weller?
It is gives me such a Weller
But bump.
smell.
Wait, which Weller?
Ooh,
Because
foolproof.
if you say
All of them.
okay,
All of them.
if you say Special Reserve, then
I'm out.
I'm out.
But if it's William LaRue,
Mm.
I
all
can't
in.
drink that Green Label bottom of the shelf shit that everybody thinks awesome.
Well, it's cool
Nothing
because
personal to
this is
all
not
you that
bad.
love it, but it is
Yeah.
just not my cup of tea at all.
just
I'm
it's just
not a fan.
I
Yeah.
don't get it. People go nuts over it.
I gotta
It's
love
fine. If you love it,
Yeah.
awesome.
it's like the Cuban cigar.
dude, 10
you
years
can't
ago,
find it. It's the best thing
yeah,
ever.
10 years
Yeah.
ago, it sat on the bottom shelf of
Mhm.
every liquor store in half-gallon size, and nobody even looked at it.
So you
Unless
don't
were
want me to
just-
bring my half gallon of Weller to the
No,
500
to anything.
to ever?
to anything,
To anything
ever.
ever. I mean, you can bring it if you want, but I'm not going to drink it.
But and that's one of the things that we talk about. That it's pretty brilliant marketing on their part, even though it's a pain in the ass to get anything from them.
did they even do anything, or did they just not stop the
Nah.
whole? Hey, it's Pappy.
No,
It's
I
happy.
think they held it back to make it scarce so people would want it, and
Ooh,
then
I
when
saw
people
one
started hunting
today.
it, now they have
Some
a brand.
place. I think it was Minnesota. I don't know why I'm getting targeted ads from Minnesota all of a sudden. It's a
Don't you know?
Facebook ad said our job is the best whiskey lounge around, is to make sure that you know the truth. And it was they did a side-by-side comparison with Benchmark Full Proof and Taylor Barrel Proof,
Okay,
and they were like, it's the same fucking thing. They said that their
I mean,
tasty
I will
notes
tell you,
were-
I
It's
love
the
them
same
both.
mash bill, right?
I love them both.
They are both great. I mean, they're
Yeah.
just
Benchmark
picking-
Full Proof is delicious for $16-18
compared to what 400 for the fucking.
the full proof.
You know
Full
what?
Proof,
We
you
we
can
need to
find
get
it.
we need to
Or
find
barrel
one
proof.
because I've got Benchmark Full Proof at home.
We'll do that.
we
I
could
don't
do
remember
it.
the name of
So
this
all
place.
we got to
I'll
find is
it
in the
out.
H Taylor full
Yeah.
proof.
You know
Well,
what?
I can go to-
You know what?
I can
I'll
get one at
No,
home.
no, it's fine. I'll donate the bottle of Benchmark Full Proof. You can
can-
donate the bottle.
Okay, that's fair.
Damn,
Seems like a deal to
Man,
me.
I'll provide my palate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
sound
all
good?
we need.
Good,
Yeah.
good. All right.
This is a good trade. I feel good about this.
You feel good about
I feel
this?
good about this.
He's gonna bring it. It's gonna have like that much in the bottom of
Right,
the bottle.
right.
It's like
It's
sure,
gonna be like your
sure.
2-year over there.
Exactly.
This is what you get.
Yes.
Make it last. Sorry, you get to taste my.
That could
tongue.
be a fun comparison, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to bring yours. We can find one for the. Well, no, it'll be impossible to find one. But
I
Well,
think
there.
if we were going to do it though, we'd have to do it blind.
oh,
I'd be
100%,
sure.
Yeah.
I would
100%.
have to.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I
Let's
might
do
have
it.
trouble with that though, because that was the first, very first bourbon that I ever tried.
So you don't want to ruin the dream, or you think that you know it so well that
I think I would know it.
That'd be even better.
Or that
then.
is
Yeah.
better. That does make it better.
I think I would.
That makes
know
it even better
because
because if you think you know it and you go into it and you screw it up,
I'll never.
it
live
might be the
down.
same thing.
Yeah.
See, I don't drink much Knob Creek, but it wins every single time I have it in a blind.
Really.
Every time. I'm
Well,
like, why don't I drink this more
I did that
often?
blind
Well,
down there in southern Indiana and had no clue that one of them was Jeff the Creed. It was fine.
Oh, that's
it
right.
was
you
fine.
said it was good.
and it was fine.
it
Yeah,
was fine. It was
yep.
weird.
Well, because I keep hearing, Will said it too, like some of their new stuff that's coming out, 6 year, I guess is what it was?
Yeah, I think so.
I haven't seen any of it, so I keep looking for it every time I go back to Kentucky. I might just have to go to the distillery and get a bottle from them because
Yeah,
I
it'd
don't
be
see
worth
it at the liquor
trying.
stores.
I mean, we all hope that their stuff gets
Yeah.
better because obviously the stuff
I've
had
talked
before
enough
was
shit about them.
terrible.
We ought to try it at this
Yeah.
point. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, we
I
only
think
talk
proved it.
shit.
We always open up. We always try bottles.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
problem.
we always talk shit, but honestly, the only reason we're talking shit is because we
Same
want
goal.
you to do better. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why.
yeah, do better.
If you do
people.
better, we'll tell you you're doing better. So
All right, which one do you want to start with?
Whatever.
Moncherie,
you pick.
Weller. Let's get that one out of the way.
The Weller.
Yeah, special reserve.
All right, this one's crazy. Oh, this one's
Is
crazy.
the box green?
The box
it
is
is
not green.
It looks like a gray green.
It
to
has
me.
been aged 2 years.
nice.
Really shiny writing. Aged 2 years in 12-year Weller barrels.
Okay, 12-year.
Those Willer 12?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So this one, what is this one? 15.2% or something crazy?
Okay.
I think they're all above 14. I'm not trying to save this box, but forgot my left hand isn't the one that works.
Oh, look, I had an easy tear. You
Yeah.
just weren't.
Idiot.
using
Trying to see what the ABV is on this one.
I always like the packaging because I always like the etched glass and the raised glass, and
So this is the lowest. This is 11.3.
that one is.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think the Moncherie is 14.2.
Let's see here.
14.1, and then
14.1,
the
yeah.
original is 14.2. All right, let's pop this one. See if I can't make a mess.
Yeah, I'd brought in, so another shout out, Gary that comes in here on Wednesdays, sometimes Thursdays. He's a CBS fan, and he had brought in the 22 or 23, whatever that one was, and we did them side by side. And I thought we drank the last one I had, and I found one in the back of my fridge. So I'm like, oh, good, we can try that one today too.
Perfect. And it was a 2019.
Yeah,
Now I'll say I've got in my closet at home. I have
there's more if you guys want to take more.
2012 BCBS all the way up through 2022 or 2023. I think just 2022. And 12 and 13 were not good.
Really?
Yeah, that was
I
when
think
they had
Jen
them in the
said that.
4-packs before they went to the bomber bottles.
Okay.
They just had them in 12-ounce 4-packs and not great. I
Hmm.
mean, it's not like they were bad, but certainly not the price that they've typically had. So
I'm sure we all know by this point, Jen turned me on to a lot of this stuff, including these beers. And it was Black Friday 8 years ago or something, the first time I ever heard of the BCBS stuff.
Yeah.
She was like, go to Liquor Barn, and whatever they let you buy, just buy it. I was like, okay. She went over to Kohl's or something. It was, I don't know what she was getting. But I ended up getting through, and they had every single offering from whatever year that was, 2015, I think, maybe 16.
that would have been the first year they did the special
individuals.
releases.
Yeah, so she already knew what it was. I had never heard of it before. I didn't even realize it was beer. She just said BCBS, so I was just assuming it was some bourbon
Mm-hmm.
because I was still getting into it at that time. They had every single one of them. It was 9 at the time. The original one was not, I think, 8 or 9. And I bought all of them.
Yeah.
And I guess Jen only expected there to be 2 or 3 left by the time I made it.
That was $1, but
Oh yeah, I spent $400
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
on those. And I was like, she got back to the car and she was like, how many did you get? I was like, I got everything. You said buy whatever they would sell. I bought all of them. She was like, how much did you fucking spend? It was like $425 or something. I don't know. It's like, I got 9 beers. What the fuck did I just buy?
You gotta really be detailed, right?
Yeah.
In your request.
come on, Jen, use
Come
your
on, Jen.
words.
I found the soap at the store, by the way.
You found what?
I found the soap.
Oh, did you?
Nice.
I walked right
You
by
now
it.
know where soap is.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I don't
It's amazing.
couldn't tell you where
Welcome
it
to
comes from.
adulthood officially.
Fuck that.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that.
So this one already smells quite like Weller.
Reminds me a lot of barley wine.
I was
Yeah,
going to
on
say
they
I
all-
have a nutty barley wine
Mhm.
on the nose on this one. Super thick.
Yeah, actually, it's not as thick as I was expecting on the palate, though. It's thick, but it's not.
Oh,
It's
wow,
not like
no, it's not.
CBS
Yeah.
thick.
Mm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The bourbon is definitely
Oh, coming
It's
through.
there.
present. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll have to wait till sip 2 to really say anything because I feel like
Well,
I'm
and
washing off a
also
little bit
it's
of the
still a
bourbon.
little cool. It needs to probably be a little warmer.
Yeah, an extra 5 degrees wouldn't hurt.
No, not at all.
So I brought these snifters in. So Rob and Scott have the
Bourbon
Kentucky
barrel.
Bourbon Barrel Ale snifters.
I've got these exact ones.
And I've
Oh.
got Against the Grain from Louisville.
Nice.
Very nice.
All locally stolen from
Nice.
somewhere in Louisville.
Oh, nice work.
Actually, I think we bought this one. I don't know.
Stole those.
Yeah,
Bought that one.
Stole those.
Got you.
Because I have like every single rendition of the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale snifters.
Oh, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah, like I got the B with the brown ale, and all the other ones are. They have a lot.
And this cigar, so
Yeah.
good.
It goes great with this too.
Yeah, it does.
Final Third Cigar is Indiana's exclusive Aladino Cigar Lounge. Come to Final Third for a selection of over 20 different Aladino cigars, including the Cameroon, a wonderful cigar with nice light flavors. Make sure and visit Final Third, the Aladino exclusive cigar lounge for Indiana.
It's hard to kill one of these. Like, this is one that you have to share.
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
I never drink one of these bottles by myself.
No, me and
They're
Jen always
just so
split.
monstrous.
super rich. Like,
Yeah.
they're all
Yeah.
all of them are super rich.
It's not milkshake thick, but damn, like
Yeah,
coat your whole mouth. Yep. I mean, just like they should, right?
Well, and some of the bourbon counties do get very thick. This one definitely is not as thick. To me,
one of the coffee.
this
ones
one
is
gets
pretty
thick. I think
The CBS.
CBS
This
is
one's
usually pretty thick.
It's pretty fruity.
Very fruity.
Yeah.
Like
That's why
and
I was
not-
thinking the barley wine thing.
And normally
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's like black currant and like these real. This one, no, has like some light cherry and
Yeah.
maybe some raspberry to it. I mean, it's like a lighter.
It's almost like an or like not underripe, but a slightly underripe strawberry.
Yeah,
A little
yeah.
bit in there
I
too.
think you guys are gonna love that
Yeah.
Moncherie one.
Good.
Actually, I think that makes sense because being a weeded bourbon, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Weller's going to have all of those sweet notes in there.
Mm-hmm.
So the Moncherie one is it's got the Ballatin and Montmorency cherries, and then they brew it with oats and brown sugar.
Mm.
So it's like
That sounds delicious.
sweet candied cherries almost, but not quite as sweet because you get the brown sugar sweetness instead of like the cherry sweet.
Yeah,
But it's still a little like candy cherry sweet.
that's cool.
It's pretty
Now,
good.
this massively changed the cigar for me.
It did
Oh,
me
I'm sure
too.
it did.
It completely killed all the high fruit notes out of it, which
Yeah.
you would have thought this one seemed to have all those. It would have embraced it and supported it instead of just
Doesn't just
it
knocked
totally
it off.
knocked it off.
Yeah,
Well, I think
Yeah.
a lot of the stouts will do that with the beers. So I'm pretty selective with the beers that I pair with my cigars because it's kind of hard sometimes to
Man.
know what flavors you're gonna get out of it. Because everything just changed from soft fruit and like cinnamon spice to, oof, man, I don't even know. Like I'm getting almost like vanilla at this point.
so run
See,
the
I'm not
glass
getting
around
any
like
vanilla from it. That's interesting.
With between the
Turn-
both of them,
Between the both,
Yeah.
turn your glass like this, and then look through the glass.
almost
It is
purple.
yes, it's a very purple,
Yeah.
reddish purple, almost like a purple honey or something on the
Yeah.
sides.
How about
It's
that?
got a pretty funky color to it. Not in a bad way, good way. So you want as we sip through these, you want to talk about day 1, day 2 kind of things at the show?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Tell us
Absolutely.
about some PCA, man.
So we got out there first day, which we got there a day early. We got there on Thursday, basically to do some sightseeing. Lisa
Tourist shit.
really loved it. I'm not a big fan of Vegas, but she really loved it. She got to see a lot of things. The only thing we didn't get to take her to was the Bellagio. She wanted to see the fountains and all that, but we didn't get to see that. But we did get to see a lot of other things there too, and had some great food.
Did you stop by the one cigar lounge at the bottom of the escalator in Caesar?
Fuente? Yeah.
Fuente.
Yeah, we had a cigar there.
I like that place.
I had a pretty high end Opus X, and it tasted like a Fuente.
Yeah. The people there were really nice. Like,
They were nice.
It's priced what you would expect it to be from a Fuente lounge. But
Yes.
everyone was like super nice. Like I did not have high hopes going in there when I visited that place.
Yeah, I mean, it was
just because of
pretty
how it
nice.
looked,
I will
but-
say, no shade towards them or anything, but their cocktails weren't that great.
Yeah,
But
Monte
they're a
Cristos
cigar lounge.
were better.
Huh?
It's a bummer.
That was kind of a bummer because I had some insane cocktails out there were really good, but that one was a little of a letdown for both Lisa and I. So,
That's a
but
bummer.
so we went there, did all the touristy stuff, got to see the Sphere, which is
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
incredible.
heck yeah.
Holy crap.
Huge.
That thing's amazing. The monorail, we had tickets for the monorail for the whole time we were there, and it goes literally right next to it.
Yeah.
You almost reach out and touch it, and it's massive, and it's so cool. So that's something I would like to do. I would love to go to a concert inside.
Heck yeah. That'd be
They're
sweet.
stupid expensive to go get tickets for that, but
For
it'd be really
$1.3
amazing.
million, you can rent it out to put a 15-second ad on it.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
You know, final third.
Is that really what it is?
I think so. I saw
Holy
something
crap.
because, like, well, maybe that was just for Super Bowl because they were renting it out for ad space. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
expensive as shit.
Well, then the first day of the show was all education day. They had
Classes.
yeah, different classes, and it was pretty well done. The one that really stuck out to me was the La Aurora put on a pairing.
Oh, nice.
A little demonstration, and they had the La Aurora 120, and then they paired that with the El Leon Jimenez rum, Dominican rum, and it was delicious.
That was the rum you were talking
It's
about.
probably
right?
the best rum I've ever tasted.
Yeah, see, I don't drink a lot of rum, so we
I
gotta
don't either.
do rum one now. Then.
I'm on the list now. As soon as they start distributing into
Get the
America
Jimenez.
and Indiana, I'll find out about that. They said it could be as early as this summer, but
That'd be
more than
cool.
likely
Yeah.
it might be first next year. So
That's not bad.
we will get that in here. It paired perfectly with that cigar. They did a great job pairing that. So that was kind of a cool thing. Then there was a couple other, the PCA had their little thing, and then Padron, they did the keynote speaking, and
I know you like that one.
that was actually really cool. I mean, the cigar they gave us was the 1926, and I'm like, oh yes. So we smoked that during the presentation. They had their whole family there.
Oh, really?
Which they are 100% family. I mean,
Everyone.
everyone is there. They had their one kid, 13-year-old. He was up there, and he made a comment on the on the microphone, and then we went to the booth the next day, and he's setting up accounts and selling cigars. It's like, good job, man. So
Yeah.
the family is all involved, all the way across the board.
It's not
So-
quite as legal in America as it is.
No. Well, I mean, he was just taking account information.
Yeah.
He wasn't smoking
wasn't
cigars
smoking a cigar while he
there.
was
I'm
there.
sure he's smoking cigars down in Nicaragua, but he wasn't here. So
Yeah, I need your social security number, please.
exactly.
Credit
So-
card number.
So that was kind of cool, and that was the first day. And then we went out that night, and I know Will had recommended going to Batista's.
Did you make it there?
It's called Batista's Hole in the Wall, and it's actually the whole name of this thing. And it's funny because I thought he was just saying it's a hole in the wall.
No, it's
called
Batista's
Batista's.
Hole in the Wall.
But it's
Yeah.
Batista's Hole in the Wall. And some of the best Italian I've ever had. It was so
yeah.
freaking good.
Yeah, I've never been there.
But it was one that we were talking to some locals, and we just asked them, was like, okay, if not the touristy stuff, what's the place we should go that you guys go to when you want to have a really good meal that you'd recommend? Two different people told us Batista's, and Will told us Batista. I guess we're going to Batista's. So we went there,
Taco Bell.
and it was delicious. Taco Bell.
The Cantina one, so you can buy booze.
That
Yeah.
reminds me. I went to Augusta one time for work when I had my military contract, and I got an Uber somewhere because there's nothing in fucking Augusta. I asked the guy, I was like, "What's good to eat around here?" He's like, "What's a good local place I can eat at?" Buddy was so fucking serious when he told me this too. He looked back at me while he's driving. He's like, "Zaxby's."
Zaxby's.
Fucking love Zaxby's. You ever had a Zaxby salad? That shit is so good. I'm taking you to Zaxby's. I was like, oh, I guess we're going to
Go to
Zaxby's.
Zaxby's.
All right.
So I had a different experience.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Zaxby's.
Anyways,
So yeah, that was pretty much the first day. We did the touristy stuff, and then went out to
Normal
eat
stuff.
that night and stuff.
what was
later
Lisa's
that
favorite
evening.
touristy thing then?
We'll have to ask her. I don't know for sure what her favorite thing was. I mean, she loved all of it. She loved the
Being out of the house.
Yes, I mean, she loved being out of the house, not
Yeah.
at the lounge, not on her computer.
Yeah.
You guys. I know you won't believe this. She left her computer here.
Oh, look at
I know,
that.
Wow.
I know.
Cheers, Lisa. Here's to you.
She was trying to find a way to take it. Then she's like,
Oh,
I don't want to leave that in the room the whole time. I'm like,
See what
Good
really
move,
happened
good
There
was
you go. Yeah.
She
She
sent-
wasn't going to be able to be on it anyway.
no.
she
no.
sent Rob back into the house. Said, "Hey, we grab my computer." He said, "Yeah, I put it
Oh.
in the back seat already." And
I do need to back this up. I need to back this up first. So our trip started. So we were flying out at 8:00, and the night before, I'm thinking, yeah, let's just get up. We'll head out. A little after 6, and we'll head down there, and we'll have plenty of time. So I wake up at 5, and I was gonna get a quick shower, and I woke up at 5 and I said, we probably should go ahead and get up and get ready. I'm not feeling like we haven't given ourselves enough time. So she got up, I got up, I took a quick shower, we got ready, took off, went to the airport. We get on the tram, come inside, and Lisa's like, oh crap, I forgot my purse in the back seat.
Oh no.
So she goes out there. I'm waiting. I'm going to check the bags. Well, she has to have her ID for her bag.
Yep.
So I'm waiting and waiting. And the lady's like, you have 7 minutes to get that bag checked. Otherwise, it's not going to make it out there. I'm like, oh, shit. So I call Lisa. She's not going to be there in 7 minutes. But by the way, she was on the tram. So I got credited back the bag price that she paid and then paid it again. Got it on with like 30 seconds to spare.
Oh.
And she comes in there. We literally walk as fast as we can to our gate. And as we're walking to our gate, we're walking onto the plane. And I'm like, if we'd have waited until we thought we could make it, we would have never made it.
Right.
So that was on us. That's already started. She's running through the parking lot from the car, and there's rabbits everywhere in the middle of the
What the
freaking
fuck?
parking lot. I don't know what it was. There was like hundreds of rabbits just running everywhere. And she's like chasing rabbits. I'm like, oh, good for you.
Jeez.
So that was our start. She actually got an extra 2,000 steps that day than I did just by doing that.
Yeah. Whack a
20,000 steps our first day.
Oh yeah, I believe
Yeah,
it.
that was lovely. That was lovely.
Heck yeah.
So
Well,
that was
awesome.
that was our first couple days.
That's great.
So we
What
get
was
in
your, I mean, no, like, why don't you like Vegas?
all the fucking walking.
I
I
don't
don't
mind
want
the
to walk
walking.
everywhere. I don't want to walk everywhere. I want to get to where I want to go and enjoy it and then
Yeah,
get back.
That's
See,
true.
I'm-
But that's why I would just hang out at a lounge. Like I hung out at Monte Cristo for like 2 days.
We were going to go to Monte Cristo's. We just didn't have time.
Yeah, that place was really nice too.
Now I will say
Super
my
expensive
favorite
though.
lounge I went to. Shout out to a girl we met out there, Chelsea. It's her and her dad's
Oh, yeah,
lounge.
you sent us
It's called
that picture.
Smoke Cigar Lounge. They were up for best cigar bar of the West, and then but Fox's won that, and Fox's they're just a behemoth in the
Yeah.
industry.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, so but
Oh, good for them.
but they've only been in business for 5 months.
Oh shit.
And they got that nomination to
That's
at least get
incredible.
it
Yeah,
nominated.
that's
So that's incredible. But she was a real nice girl. We really, I mean, we talked to her a lot that night, and she, I mean, literally could have been our daughter. She reminds us so much of our oldest daughter. I mean, they are like almost the same person.
Heck
So
yeah.
we had a great time talking to her. But so that was my favorite lounge while we were out there.
That's great.
Yeah.
Mike, have you been to Vegas like just for fun, or is it always for business?
No, it was always a work trip.
Yeah, me too. And
But-
see, that's why I
Me
don't like
too.
it, because I've
Yeah.
never been personally, and I'm always on somebody else's schedule.
Yeah.
I never get to do any of the things
Yeah.
that I might want to do. So I want to say that I hate Vegas, that I don't want to go, but I feel like I have to go
Hate it.
one time. I got to
Yeah.
go one time, just
Just because.
just on a trip. Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
see, I wouldn't if I did a trip out there to Vegas, I would have one day on the Strip, and then I would be going to the Hoover Dam. I'd be going to the
Yeah,
the
hiking
Grand
or something.
Canyon, stuff like that. I want to see that stuff more than I want to be on the Strip. I'm not going in and dropping all kinds of cash at every hotel has a casino. You don't
Yeah.
have to go
Yeah,
everywhere to go to
no.
casinos. Just go downstairs.
Slot machines in the bathroom.
Shit, slot machines in the airport.
Yeah.
So it
It's
It is
smoke
what it
in the
is.
airport.
I like to go gamble over at Hooters. It's great.
I'm sure you probably can out there, can't you?
No, there's a Hooters hotel and casino.
I was gonna say you just
Yes,
gamble
I've
with your
actually
marriage.
been there. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
It's hilarious.
It's a
I don't-
it's a gamble.
It was a work trip, and everybody was like, "What do you want?" And a bunch of guys were like, "Let's go to Hooters." All right, well, whatever. I mean,
I just
Some
don't like
bar
having
wings.
to like,
yeah, yeah. I mean, shit, those were practically the most clothed females out there in the
Exactly.
Hooters outfits.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Walking down there, there's people pretty much just naked with little pasties on their
yeah, but
nipples.
you don't have to pay the Hooters girl to take a picture with him.
That's true.
That's
That's very
absolutely
true.
right.
$25 to take a picture with the street hose.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Did anyone give
At
you a
least.
pamphlet for a hooker?
A couple tried, and I
Yeah.
just walked by them, so
That's
it's
a,
fine.
that's a thing. Like,
Oh, it
that's-
is a big
what
thing.
a weird fucking
Yeah,
thing. Like,
yeah. The bunny
we
ranch
grew up on
thing
the
out
East Coast,
there.
like
Yeah.
Yep.
Midwest and East Coast. Like, that's not normal out here.
No,
Like the first time I went out there, and dude's handed me a pamphlet, and he's like, "Pick a girl." I'm like, what?
Pick a girl.
Pick one.
yeah. Now
like
I will say
past.
prostitution is still illegal in Las Vegas.
But outside
It's-
of it,
But outside of it,
Yeah.
it's like
Yes.
a county away or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
it's near the
crazy.
salt flats, just out in the middle of nowhere.
Right,
You just find a hooker. Just walking in the
Stayed
salt flats.
Staying on the side of the street.
She's walking in the salt flats.
Salty hoe.
Yeah, you're just out there driving in salt flats, and there she is. She's
That's
in her
a
shit.
salty hoe. Sorry.
But yeah, that was, and we can get into some more here, and then I can go and talk
Yeah.
about the actual show itself too, because it was a really good show.
We
For
should
anybody
probably
watching
rinse.
on YouTube that was kind of watching while you guys were having the conversation about the show, I've been sitting here for the last 5 damn minutes trying to figure out this cigar and beer pairing because it's doing some weird funky flavors.
It is to me too.
And I'm trying to figure it out and I can't. Like I just can't.
I'm enjoying the beer a lot. I'm losing all the cigar,
That's exactly how I feel.
and it's like I want to enjoy the cigar.
Yeah, and whatever flavor's coming out
Yeah.
from the cigars is just, I don't know. All
Gone.
the niceties are getting lost. So
Yeah.
I would not.
Ooh, okay.
You got something?
I took a lot of I took a big drink of that beer. It is very nutty when you take a drink that big.
Is it?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was, yeah, just nutty. I don't know.
That's good.
Thank you.
You got it, brother.
We did kind of forget to put water on the table.
Yeah, I know.
So I guess,
I've got some in here if you guys need it.
okay.
Heck yeah.
Just hit everything, man. Hit all of it.
So
Damn.
going from that one, since that one kind of started with the fruit, I think we should go with the Moncherie next
Okay.
because that one's going to complement that one because the other one's just, the last one is just a regular stout. So, and same with the CBS. That's just a regular stout. So, but
You're just
still
going to start pouring like free beers
Yeah,
for
but
people when they come
CBS
in. Because there's no way
CBS
to
has
finish
all the
these.
maple goodness.
Unparalleled.
Oh,
Oh, speaking of maple, did you see Whiskey Acres posted when they were going to do their
saw that.
maple barrel release again?
We got to try that when we were up there, and it
Yeah.
well back here
It's good
too.
stuff.
So good, so good.
Speaking of maple, don't ever bet on the maple Leafs.
No,
those guys.
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck the Leafs.
Don't
fuck
include
the
them in your
Pens.
parlays. They'll fuck you every time.
Yep.
Hey, I broke my parlay though. My my
yeah,
dice.
you,
Yep.
congratulations on that, man.
Yes.
Finally
It
got
wasn't a lot.
win.
It was like $53, but I picked all the winners for men's basketball. I took the money line for what day was that? Sunday? I think it was Sunday.
I mean, that's pretty good to
It
be
was
able
like
to get
6
the money
games.
lines
Yeah,
on those.
5 or 6 games. Yeah, it wasn't a lot. It was like a $4 bet. I got like $53. So I'm back to where I started.
I watched almost every single game. I did not watch anything from Sunday about 2:00 on, but I bet zero.
Yeah,
I don't bet college basketball
I don't
because
either.
it's the tournament, man.
Yeah, anything
I
can
mean,
happen.
So hard.
and
Yeah.
usually
is.
it does.
Yeah, and I don't know
And
that Vegas
IT's
picks it
on.
any better than anybody else.
Yeah, you got
that's-
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar moving on.
Indiana State got screwed not getting into the tournament.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
that's
they did.
ridiculous.
Horse shit.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And I know Michigan State, always has a chance, but still, Indiana State should have been in.
Yeah, they do.
While
Or
we're
they
talking
should.
about sports, you got Dusty May from Florida Atlantic going to Michigan since Juan Howard left, fired,
Oh,
whatever.
Good
Yep,
for him.
that's fired.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Fired. Deserved it.
Hot news is that, I don't know, I saw a post this morning about Louisville saying they hired somebody from Charleston, but I can't believe that would be the hire.
Yeah, you never know.
They had showed interest in hiring Richard Pitino from New Mexico. Richard Pitino, not Rick Pitino. This is Rick Pitino's son. Yes, this is Little Dick.
Little Dick.
Not
Yes,
Big Dick.
Big Dick is in St. John's.
St. John's, yeah.
Yes.
Got fired from Louisville some years ago for
A lot of bad shit.
undisclosed reasons. His son was an assistant there, and I think it was like 08 and 09, and then went to somewhere else, SMU, I think, as an assistant, and then he came back to Louisville as an assistant under Rick from like 17 to 19, and then took over New Mexico. He would be a good takeover for Louisville because he knew the program.
Mm-hmm.
He knows the city. He knew that program at one point in his career. And it's kind of funny because like the Richard thing, like everyone on Facebook is like, I can't believe they would hire him back. He was a terrible head coach and blah, blah, blah. And like, no. It's Little
Richard.
Dick.
Little Dick.
Little Dick. Just Richard. So
Quick fuel update. They play tonight against the Walleye.
Go Walleye. Wait, no.
Wrong
The
fucking
hell's
team.
wrong
Rob.
with you?
I'm kidding. The
The Walleye's been
Disgrace.
kicking
Walleye's
the shit
been
out of
kicking
everybody.
ass.
They're incredible. They're in first place in the division. The
Yeah, I
Fuel
mean,
are,
if they could win, what you were saying, if they could
Yeah.
win one of the next two or three games they
they
Where are
play,
play
they
the Walleye.
What's the Walleye?
Toledo.
Toledo,
Fucking
they're actually
Fuck Ohio.
they're crushing it this year.
They are.
Except
they
for
are.
Dayton.
But hopefully,
Maybe
we
Columbus, too.
if we can take one of those two, we can feel really good going into the playoffs.
What would be really good is if whoever the Walleye's playing under gets into the playoffs for the AHL, and they
Correct.
can move up all these players that are playing well for them, and then we can
Yes.
kick their ass.
Yeah, if their AHL team does not make the playoffs, then it's going to be even worse.
Yeah, their sister team
Because
is
they'll
the
send a bunch
Mullets.
of people down.
It's not. I'm just making shit up.
That actually could be true.
It'd be funny.
You might actually be
Yeah.
right. I don't know.
Where's the mullet toss at?
the mullet toss?
That's in Florida.
That is at Floribama. I'll be going to that this year.
Well, it's not Ohio, so that's probably not
It's
them.
not. I was going to talk about it.
But the
you
farm
know,
leagues
as
kinda
we get
line up.
closer. But end of April, I'll be
Yeah.
going to the mullet fish toss at the Floribama.
Not mullet, like
Yeah.
me mullet.
No, but lots of guys get mullet wigs. Some people actually cut their hair into mullets for the mullet toss.
Well, of course.
And you throw a fish from Florida into Alabama and see how far you can throw it.
nice.
Yep,
Nice.
yep. So I think it's
You
kind of
should
awesome.
do that, dude.
My wife and I are
he's
taking
going.
a vacation
Yeah.
to go to a
To
bar.
huck mullets.
That's
You
it.
should just go and
I'm gonna
Throw
try
a
and sign
fish.
up and throw. I mean, I'm gonna be terrible, right? I know
Who
that. I don't
cares?
care. I'm gonna be like, hell yeah. I
what
threw
you do is
that.
you go up and you find the smallest one you can find.
right, right, yeah.
I want to go. I want to
Yeah.
shot put a mullet.
Shot
I
with a
think you
mullet.
have to throw it like fishmongers
like-
do, right? Like at the fish market, it's got to be
That's
like
lame.
underhand. And
Oh, you have to go underhand.
I think you do. Yeah, and you can't like put sand on your hands. There's all these rules.
So I can't
Right?
dress up as Miss Trunchbull and
Oh no, people dress
And
up.
huck it, like-
People, yeah. I mean, they dress up a lot, but no, you can't. I don't think you can shot put it.
son of a bitch.
I know.
By the way,
I'm out.
shout out to Isaiah Cigar Rings.
Ooh, yeah, I haven't made it
This
that far
this
yet.
band came perfectly off because it's cigar rings, and Isaiah has this fascination with cigar rings. So I've got a mini backpack for him that says cigar rings all over it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That way he can take it to work with him.
There's some bread notes that come out of this cigar. And
By itself?
yeah. Well,
Have you gotten into the
so
monster
I
yet?
got a little bit
Okay.
into this one, and yes, it's
Yeah,
lighter.
sourdough toast.
Two for
sourdough
two.
toast. I would totally buy that.
Yep, that
Yep.
is what it is. You're
Yep.
right.
And this one definitely pairs much better with the cigar.
What toast?
Sourdough toast.
Oh,
Yeah,
haven't made it
It
that
still
far yet.
overruns the fruit notes. Like you don't get the
yeah.
subtleties.
You don't get any of the fruit
but all
anymore.
the nice low bready notes come through.
Yeah, I like this. This beer is actually
Wow.
I like this even better.
I like it quite
Oh,
a bit
man.
better actually.
Not even cigar. Like, first sip off of that, I'm getting like cherry pie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But like homemade cherry pie
Yeah.
with sour cherries with the sugar
Yeah.
added.
Not those gas station
No.
tasty cake shit.
No,
Like,
no. Like
You mean you don't eat McDonald's cherry pies anymore?
I don't eat fucking McDonald's.
Dude, I can't even go. I will say, they make the best breakfast sandwich. The sausage and egg McMuffin from there is the only thing I'll ever eat at McDonald's, and it's delicious.
it is pretty good.
But
So I live
nothing
by-
else.
I had
Like-
one this morning.
I live by Get Go, and it's across the street from a McDonald's in New Pal.
Yeah.
And I would rather go to breakfast at Get Go.
Well,
You know,
I mean,
you really can't knock
but
the
it's like a
gas
bagel,
stations
like-
as much as you used to. It used to be
No.
like, oh, I'm going to go get a roll or a hot dog or whatever, and you
It's
feel
literally the same shit.
terrible. But, dude, I mean, there's some of these gas stations now that have some of the best food you could get. Like,
Yeah, delis.
for those that are not
Delis, yep.
Midwesterners,
Crazy.
I mean, you don't know about the breaded tenderloin sandwich. That's definitely
Still
a
haven't tried one.
Midwestern thing. You still have not tried one? That's just like a sin.
I'm scared.
just get one from Broadway down here.
No, I think it's
great.
got to be. I think it's got to be from your place.
Oh, you want to go over to Crawfordsville and go to the Sunoco gas station?
Yeah.
You can do
they have
that.
the
I will say
world's
Broadway's
best
down the street here, and it's
tenderloin.
delicious
Is it
too. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Broadway's good.
That or
Um,
pawn shop. I was thinking about
yeah.
going, maybe doing one.
Pawn
there.
shop's a real.
You've had the
that's a
ones
good
at
one.
Pawn Shop.
Yeah, I've had a
Yeah.
couple of them from
Okay.
Pawn Shop. They're great.
I don't know.
It's hard to screw up a tenderloin. The meat is
Yeah,
what
you would
screws
think
it
so.
up. Because you'll get some that have just gristle throughout, and they're not that great.
Man,
but-
look, we made it almost an hour without talking about food. Holy
Oh,
shit.
that's incredible.
That is incredible.
Well, we talked
Yeah.
about your dinner, but that didn't count
That's
because we
true.
didn't
No,
harp
that
on it
didn't.
for a
We
while.
didn't eat it,
Oh,
yeah.
No,
While we're talking about food, me and Jen went to Fox Garden the other day.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
They have their new chef that took over. He was the private chef for the Colts.
Okay.
and did
All
some
right.
stuff at a couple other places in Indy. I don't remember. I have to look it up again. Will said the soft shell crab was really good.
I love soft shell
I
crab.
concur. The
Hard
soft
to
shell
find in
crab
Indiana.
was
Oh.
very good. It was kind of weird. It was on
Never
a
seen it in
sesame
Indiana.
bun. I think half
Wait,
of
what?
mine.
On a
Yeah, they
sesame
served it on a
bun?
sesame bun.
They made it was a sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh.
Deep fried on a sandwich,
Oh.
like pickles and lettuce. It was really good.
I'm sure it was
It was
good,
really
but man,
good.
I love soft shell crab right on the plate. Just eat
Oh
that
yeah.
shit.
So
Yeah.
I think like mine was like maybe a little underdone to where like I could still peel the top of the skin off and it wasn't crunchy, or maybe it sat for a minute. But I just peeled it off and ate the rest of it. Like it was fine. You just couldn't like bite through it and like take a bite.
Really?
But just like on that one piece, like there was just like one piece right in the middle of the
Okay.
top.
Is that
so
on the
nothing
menu
negative
for a
about
while?
it.
Because I mean, usually soft shell crab is like a week or two period.
it's
It's the only
very
time you can
seasonal.
get
So
it.
I don't know. So like Fox Garden's thing has always been their like rotating menu, and they change things, and they have these specials, and they've already gotten like new dipping sauces. Like their ranch is different, their honey mustard's different. They got these new sandwiches. There's no more Brussels sprouts on the side. So
Well,
I
Lisa,
don't
if you're
know if
listening to
they're
this,
doing
we
this.
got to go to Foxcar now. You get me some soft shell crab.
So I don't know with the new chef. I don't know what their plan is if they're going to keep doing this rotating menu. I'm not sure, but
I bet they do. That was one of their
Yeah.
staples. I mean, that's what Bongies does. They
Yeah.
bought Bongies out.
Still
if you guys
good.
don't know that,
Yeah.
same. I'm sure it's going to be the same philosophy. Jake's done a great job
As long
with
as
that
you can get
company.
the Perkinsville pork.
Yes, and they'll always have
That's got
that.
to stay on the menu.
Maybe
They
I'll
have
go
the
there.
two. They have two things: the Perkinsville pork, and there's one other one. I can't remember what the other one was. Those
Is
they
it
said
their
will-
duck breast?
we got
duck
go
breast.
There.
That's
Yeah,
it.
the duck
They'll
breast
always
is-
have it on the menu. The only cool thing about the disappointing thing about the duck breast is they used to have it because there was a guy that was a regular there. He might have actually been one of the people that founded it. I can't remember for sure, but he was a duck hunter. And all the duck when they owned it before Jake bought it, all the duck was from his hunting trips. It was so they don't have that anymore because that guy stopped hunting, and so they're getting other duck. I'm sure it's still fine,
Yeah.
but that's even a cooler story to hear. Dude over there just went hunting yesterday, and here you got some ducks.
There you go.
That's kind of
But
cool.
yeah, it was good. I'm still happy with it. Jen got a chicken shawarma, but it was like fried shawarma.
Huh?
Kind of weird.
It was good. I liked it. Jen was controversial.
Yeah, I thought she was a little.
She was
put
up
off
in
by
arms.
some of the things.
Yeah. She said it tasted more like a honey lemon chicken breast, which was kind of weird for like.
Does she not adapt to change very well?
I don't think
She
I
doesn't
do.
use her words. We did determine she
Use
doesn't
your
use her
word.
words
That's
earlier,
a
didn't
good-
she?
Yeah.
She's not using her words effectively.
Use your words.
Use your words.
No, it was good. I'm excited to see what
All
other things
I'm
they do.
hearing in my
So,
ears right now is, "You can be wrong, Rob."
Yeah, you could be wrong, Rob. It's okay. Jen is out getting tattooed today.
Nice.
Uh,
Neck tattoos,
butt tattoos.
butt tattoos,
Butt
whatever it
tattoos.
takes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, she's doing her right arm today, I think.
Hmm.
She sent me a picture. It's just a bunch of flowers and stuff, but it's like her whole arm. It's crazy.
Cool. Good
Yeah.
for her.
Hopefully she'll sit that long. I
I
don't know.
thought she was going to do the classic B on each butt cheek.
Yeah, B. Yep.
Bob.
Yeah.
Bob.
Bend over, it's Bob. Yeah.
No.
I don't know. For some reason, I can kind of imagine Jen doing
I'd
like
do
a
it.
drive-by mooning of somebody. It seems like she would do something like
Who's
double B
Bob?
right there. Who's Bob?
That's still a great
Sorry, we're
joke.
drinking strong beer,
Sorry.
and but that drink might have still been kicking in from last night for me. I
Oh
don't know.
God, yeah. I might have been a little bit buzzed
A
still this
little
morning when I
bit,
woke
yeah.
up.
Rob
Yeah.
did say
Yep.
the other day that he wanted to do an episode where we just get annihilated.
Oh
So
yeah. Oh yeah.
that might be today. Who knows?
We should get Will
Man.
on that one for sure.
Oh,
We should
yeah.
definitely have Will
100%.
on that one.
So
Yeah.
Will went to Colorado
To Vail.
last week. To Vail,
To
Colorado.
bougie Colorado. I've been to Vail a couple times when I was a
I
kid.
know you have.
Yeah, and it's a bougie
It's
town.
bougie,
It's
yeah.
cool, but
It
it's,
looks nice.
It's beautiful up
it
there.
is beautiful. Yeah.
I know. That was actually when I first started falling in love with the Colorado Avalanche. Was I took a trip out there to visit a buddy. He was living in Cheyenne, Wyoming, but working in Denver. And
Well, that's a
that-
different scene there.
yeah, but that interstate between there is no speed limit, so you can drive as fast as you want to get to work. But we actually got into the foothills
We need
of the
that.
Rockies and walked from Cheyenne and drove all the way up to all the resorts. And we went from 90-degree weather to a blizzard at the top.
Yep.
Oh, that's how
And it was
Oregon
amazing. It
Yeah.
was so cool. It was an all-day trip, but it was amazing.
That's how it was when we stayed in Portland. It was like 65, maybe 70. Muggy, rainy, whatever. Midwest or
Typical West Coast.
yeah, West Coast weather.
Yeah.
And then we went to Mount Hood because we were bored, didn't have anything else to do. So we drove over there, and it's like 10 degrees and feet of snow, and that was the hell of a change.
Yeah.
It's worth the drive, though. It's like a 3-hour drive from Portland, but it was better than getting robbed again.
Yeah.
See, it's kind of weird West Coast weather. It's not like here where you can get 80 degrees and then snow like in the same day. You can get that. You just have to drive to it. It's like,
you just got to go out of your zip code.
Like this place is always 100 degrees, but if you go 2 hours that way, you'll be in the snow. And the snow will never come here, and it will never be 100 degrees over there.
Look, that's why the Midwest is great. You don't have to leave your house for that.
Right.
Exactly.
You just stay there.
Sit outside.
To Rob's point, you don't have to walk to get to it.
Thank God.
You can just sit at home and be
No
miserable.
walking.
Yeah, no walking at all. Two different.
Fat guy walking's not fun. I'm telling you right now, man.
No.
Oh, God.
Man, I'll tell you, I went to a concert on Sunday
Nice.
at JJ Gray and Mofro. Stood for 5 hours because it's general admission.
And you said?
And it was the best concert I've ever seen.
That's amazing.
Oh, man. His new album, Alusti, it fits right into his whole, he's a Jacksonville, Florida guy. The whole band is from that area, Georgia, Florida. And yeah, I mean, if you don't know JJ Gray and Mofro, that's Mofro, Mofro.
Mofro.
Yep, that's the band name. But absolutely fantastic show. Got the chance to meet him and get a picture with him. Super, super nice guy. But yeah, 5 hours of standing. Boy, that'll just wreck you.
And obviously it wasn't like cushy carpet you're standing on either.
No. The only thing was I bought the VIP ticket, so we got in first,
Sound
and I was
check
able to go to the sound check, and then
They
let
play a
us-
couple songs other than sound check for you?
Yeah, actually. So one of the guys there, like, I think it's King Hummingbird is song off of either his first or second album that he never ever plays at a show, and he's had some band members that have been replaced over the years.
So you had to try to figure it out?
So he was like, yeah,
Piece
none
it
of the band,
together.
I can't play it tonight because none of the band knows it. Well, a few guys knew it. He forgot the bridge, but he did play it, and it was fantastic. So it was just super cool. It was like 50
Better
people.
than saying no.
Yeah, 50 people there, and then 1,100 for the concert. So
Wow.
it was a
very
great
intimate.
time. But yeah, I feel you on the walking thing or standing or whatever. Yeah, I felt so stiff by the end of the night. It was like, whoa.
I was
See,
so
mine's a sitting
disappointed.
thing.
Yeah.
Sitting?
I have a sitting problem.
Well,
You do have a sitting problem.
Yeah, you
You
do.
can't
You
sit
stand
at
a
all.
lot.
I know.
At all. Like,
But
I'm
he-
amazed you sit here the whole time.
But
for the
he's
podcast.
also half of one of us.
That's true. That's true. Put some weight on, buddy. Then maybe you'll slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm drinking a lot
I'm
of
not
beer.
trying that hard.
No. Don't try, please.
Don't try. It's not
No,
where
it sucks.
yeah. Then you're always like, shit, I need to lose that. But
Yeah, I got on the Peloton this morning. I've been doing my exercises. I got
Good
on
for
the
you.
Peloton.
That's the one
doing
where
my-
somebody yells at you on a video screen, right?
So it's fucking annoying, and I mute it.
Pick up the pace, pussy.
Chris
But
Gordon.
the worst shit
Shout
is
out.
like they're fucking yelling at you while they're doing that, and they're not pedaling. So like the first week we had the Peloton when I'm watching these classes, and this dumb bitch is yelling at me to get my ass up and do this, and she's not doing it.
Yeah, but she's got like an 8-pack, dude. She didn't need to do it.
I'm like, bitch, you fucking do it.
Yeah, she
then.
already did it for 4 hours earlier
Yes.
that day.
Like,
Yes.
you do it.
Now she's just got to
That's
try and
true.
look pretty while she's yelling at you.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I mute it, and I turn the subtitles on. So what I do is I do the Power Zone ones where what I did is you do this test to see what your zones are, and it's 1 through 7.
Okay.
And you have to figure out what your cadence is, and figure out how much output you have to put in, blah blah blah. So that's the first test, and then after you do that, you have your zones that you ride in. So now
Okay.
I do Power Zone rides, and it's 30 to 75 minutes depending on the class that I choose, and I just watch for the subtitles to say switch zones.
Yeah.
It's just as easy as that, and it's 3
That's
to 4
good.
minutes in each
So
zone.
so you just ignore when they're yelling at you?
Yeah, I mute it. It's fucking muted. I don't listen to that shit. I'll turn on Netflix.
I mean, is it all caps in the subtitles when they're yelling?
Yeah.
Is it really?
It misses a lot of words, so it's auto detect.
It's like, get, gear, move, ass.
Yeah. If you've ever watched the reels that I put out on YouTube, some of them, it's pretty intuitive. I have auto
Yeah.
detect, but some of them, I did the one with Mark the other day.
Yeah, I saw
It was
some.
little kings. It said little kegs.
Yes.
Little kegs,
Not
yeah.
little kegs. It was
Yeah.
little kings.
It was little kings.
From concept to creation, Both Are Visuals specializes in bringing your ideas to life. They'll turn ordinary moments into extraordinary stories. Both Are Visuals is your one-stop shop for all things visual. Be sure to like and follow on all social media at Both Are Visuals. Yep.
So
Yep.
sometimes I go back and read them, but
When's the last time you had a Little Kings?
fuck.
God, I remember drinking those in college.
Right.
That was our beer
15
because we were
years,
bougie.
Just 10,
Right,
10
right.
12 years. I don't know, a long time.
Oh,
Yeah.
little bitty bottles. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, the cream ale.
we would literally
Right,
go when
yeah.
I was at school. We'd go and we'd have our lunch break. We go buy a case of Little Kings, and we'd sit out in the parking lot and drink the entire case, then go back to school.
Shit, we're doing beer today, and we didn't buy Little Kings.
That's okay.
Oh, man.
Missed
That's
opportunity.
we did.
Totally fine.
Guess we'll have to wait till next
Totally
year.
fine.
Dang it.
I'm sure it probably tastes really horrible
It
now.
probably does.
Compared to
What were we
everything else we
thinking?
drink.
I
Yeah.
mean, all we
All
were
this
doing
shit that
back
we're
then was just drinking, thinking we were bougie, just chugging
Yeah.
them. It's fine.
Man, like 7 or 8 years ago, I was already, pretty lit up one night, and somebody shows up to a party with like a 30-pack of Strohs.
Oh,
And I started drinking. I'm like, holy shit, this is so good.
because you were already
'Cause
drunk.
I was already drunk.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
so I like bought one and tasted it like a few weeks later. I'm like, well, that was a bad decision.
The very
Yeah.
first, so I say that like the Taylor Barrel Proof was the first bourbon I ever had that was good bourbon.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, we were drinking Kentucky Gentleman.
Oh.
So like someone would bring a Kentucky Gentleman to the party, and that's what we were drinking on. But
Well,
like that was, we were stupid kids. Like
I'm
we were
not
drinking to
proud
get
of
drunk.
it, but mine was Crown.
Ugh.
When I
It
was
was
in high
that or
school.
Kentucky Tavern.
The only reason why it was Crown was because I would go out to the local Hooks
Better
at,
than mine.
Hooks at the time,
Hooks Drugstore.
and now it's CVS. I would go out there. I was 16 years old. And I'd walk in and grab a bag of Crown, and no one up front was expecting the 16-year-old to come in there and spend $30 on a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd go in there and buy it, drink it, and by the time I was like 6 weeks into doing that every week, I go in there and grab a case of beer. Didn't even question me.
Yeah, you got to be in your mid-20s from New Jersey if you're walking into a drugstore buying Crown.
Yeah,
Man, I don't know what was wrong with you guys. I was drinking right proper whiskey. I was having myself some Jim Beam.
yeah,
Starting at 15, man. That was my go-to.
yeah.
What's funny, like hearing like what was Isaiah's? Like, wasn't one of his first ones like Makers or something, or was it Jack Daniels?
I don't remember
Yeah,
what
I
his
don't remember.
was.
It was
It was
something that was
something-
like well known that
Yeah.
wasn't awful.
Yeah,
But it's funny because like some of these people that we're friends with are younger,
yeah,
and so like they have access to more things than I did when I
yeah,
was a kid.
yeah.
And I'm sure when you guys were kids, like it's just different. Like
Yeah.
everything's different.
everything's different. Yeah,
No kids going to a liquor store saying, "Hey, Mister, will you buy me some Little Kings?"
No, I was
no.
Jim Beam
No.
and Swisher
Red
Sweets, baby.
Stripe.
Give me some zombie dust.
I'll buy some 3 Floyds, please.
So I would smoke Swisher Sweets when I was, 15, 16, 17.
Sure.
Funny thing was, by the time I hit 17, I got off the Swisher Sweets and I switched to a pipe.
Oh,
And I
okay.
was smoking a pipe. I'm a 17-year-old. No, man. Like, you'd think.
Glass
That's
pipe.
what would have happened if I wasn't born in 79, right? If I was born in like 99, it probably would have been meth pipe. That's right.
That was great.
That was good. I like that. But no, it was kind of funny.
Went straight to the Willet pot still bong.
I've smoked out of many apples.
Always a Coke can.
Uh-huh.
Well, whatever, beer can. Yep. I'm still good at making a can to,
Can pipe.
I just heard I was a Coke kid, so I'm just thinking like, okay, he
I'm a
didn't do
Coke
meth.
I was
kid.
a meth
Coke.
and Coke kid, apparently.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Like shit, this took a weird turn.
It really sideways.
Shout out to the DeShong family.
Man, should have been partying with me when you were younger, guys.
All right, so let's go to day 2.
Day 2, let's go.
So day
Oh,
2,
hold on.
go.
You killed yours.
I killed mine.
I killed mine.
You guys finish yours, it's fine.
Okay,
We're
well
good.
he's good. Do a rinse. I'll kill mine real quick.
Okay, here's some water if you
Day
don't want to
2.
go over there to get it. So, day 2 was actually when the trade show started. So, we walked in. First thing we did was I wanted to go over to the Oliva booth. We're going to get Oliva in here. Lisa's
Ooh,
favorite cigar is the Melanio V.
Melanio.
She's actually up in the air on if it's still her favorite. I brought back some samples. They have some really, really good looking Figurado coming out that we're gonna be able to get. I brought a couple of those back for her to smoke, but she's been smoking the Aladino Sumatra because it's so similar
Sure.
to that. So I want her to smoke them back to back to see what she thinks. But we're gonna be getting those in here soon. So we hung out with our boy Dwayne from Oliva. He took us on the tour, and that was where like this little bracelet, which you can't see it on the podcast, but you can see it on the video. This is actually a punch or a punch cutter. So you take it off. It's got a punch in there. The thing they do differently on these punches are the bevels on the inside. So a lot of times the reason why I hate punches are because when you punch it, if you don't do it very smooth and clean, and it's not a sharp blade, it will crack the cap going out, and it ruins your cigar. With this bevel on the inside, the reason they do that is because if you crack it, it's going to crack in. That's the part you're pulling out anyway.
Sure.
So I haven't really tried it. I'm going to try it and see if it works. I still don't like
I've
to
got
punch
an Alec
cigars.
Bradley lighter that has a punch on it like that. That's beveled
okay.
like that.
Okay. So
my
it's
favorite
kind of
lighter.
cool. They gave us this at the award ceremony, but so I got one of those. But
I don't use a
that
punch
guy,
anymore.
it's less, and I'm sure it's probably European, but it's less fines lames. So I'm sure it's like less finesse lamas or whatever.
Yeah.
But
La face menace.
yeah, something like that. But he actually does jewelry and all kinds of stuff, and he made some really cool stuff, including cutters and
Let's
lighters.
find my ass.
Exactly.
It's a southern way.
No,
think
that sounds pretty Hoosier, actually.
That did sound Hoosier.
You know, when we've got Versailles, Indiana.
Hey,
We're
it's good,
Sally's.
it's good to see the Kentucky boys turning into a Hoosier.
Right.
Love it. But
Everyone used to say I had a northern accent. I'm like, what the fuck is a northern accent? They're like, say milk. Like, milk.
milk.
Like, milk has an I, not an E, dipshit.
Milk.
Say TV. TV.
TV.
It's TV. TV.
Vey?
Vey?
TV.
TV.
TV?
I watched the tube, damn it.
Tube. So we started there,
You
and
call it
then
a clicker? Give me the clicker.
no.
No, usually it's just,
Is
damn
that
it, Gus,
further?
give it back.
Oh,
Give it back.
I thought clicker was a southern thing. Give me the clickers. You got
Yeah,
the
we
clicker?
just
I
said
think it
remote.
is.
Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah.
Remote.
But we
All right, where'd
so
you
we
end up
actually
from there?
just ended up walking around and seeing who was there that first day, and we had a few meetings. We did get to meet with Sin Coburn from Dissident Cigars and talk to the Black Label guys there and Black
nice.
Works. She, if you ever follow her on Instagram or anything else, Sin Coburn, Dissident Cigars, she's the one that is fully tatted head to foot.
Hell yeah.
I mean, the only thing it's not is like right here in her face. She's got the neck, everything. She's absolutely beautiful, but she's also going through a lot of crazy health shit right now, to the point where she's going to Colombia and places to try to get treatment because she doesn't have much longer to live.
Yeah.
She got some good news before the show, so good for her. I'm hoping she gets the treatment she needs. It's an autoimmune disease. Honestly, I couldn't pronounce it if I could read it.
There's
right
a
now
lot
when
of
she
them.
said it.
Yeah, that's not
So
fun.
she's dealing with that. But we had probably about a half-hour conversation with her. Nicest person in the world. We really enjoyed meeting her,
That's
talking
great,
to
yeah.
her, and she's got a couple of new cigars that I think I brought them back. That's the one thing I did. I didn't smoke a lot of the new stuff at the show. I purposely brought them back so I can actually have it on my fresh palate, because 15, 20 cigars in a day is
So I'm glad you
never
brought
gonna
that up,
taste
because
it.
I was gonna say the same thing. So like, I know Jack, when he does his like tasting and like pairings, he says a cigar will ruin his palate for a
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
So like, I was super curious, when you texted the group and you're like, yeah, I'm 10 cigars in today, and I'm like, how the fuck are you tasting anything
No, it was honestly the ones I would smoke are ones I've had.
that you know?
Yeah. The only one I smoked was the first cigar I smoked at the show, because we
Blue.
went right over to Micallef right after we went from Oliva, and I got the blue to smoke, and that was my first cigar of the day. Fantastic. We'll be getting them in here. But then I started walking around. So the rest of the time I was smoking pretty much something I either knew or that was all they were giving out as samples at that booth. But I did bring back a lot, and that's my job today, is to sort through all the 100 of cigars
Did
I
you
got.
try? I know you did.
What?
The 2 Aladinos.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I know
yeah.
you did. 'cause you
Yeah,
sent us a picture
buddy.
of them.
Yeah, the Fuminoche
Yeah.
is the one that was released at PCA. That
the
one is
camera
coming
image
out.
over.
It's very off profile for Aladino.
That's
It's
what they said.
earthier. It's definitely darker and richer. I don't think
It's more of a
I
full
don't-
body one, wasn't
It
it?
is, but it's not
Well,
like pound you in the face.
good.
It's honestly more
Heavy for Aladino.
It's heavy nicotine, not heavy spice.
Okay.
So it's going to be like a medium to medium full on the body, probably a little bit more full on the strength.
Did they tell you what the makeup was? What's the construction?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I'll have better details on that
like
soon.
the Cameroon Reserva is G. I mean,
It's what?
what? Like the other one, the Cameroon
The Cameroon
Reserva.
Reserva. Well, I'll talk about that too. So
It's more
so
of a medium.
I got a couple samples here because we're in Aladino Lounge. I got a couple samples here and smoked them and posted them on social media and kind of caused a little bit of an uproar in the industry because a lot of the big wigs out there were kind of pissed they didn't get in on that. And that was exactly what Aladino was happy about. It's like, hey, let's create some buzz on this new cigar.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's freaking delicious. So I took one out with me and smoked it the first day of the show.
Yeah, it's not like they handed you a tag that said, hey, don't post pictures of this.
Everybody was walking up to the Aladino booth asking Justo if he can get a sample. And he's like, no, those don't exist. He's like, well, motherfucker, you're lying.
That guy's got it.
that guy over there has one. I see him right now.
People
So
are
it was
watching.
kind of funny because Justo's wife Vivian, she come up and she says, "You were supposed to bring us to the show," and I don't know if she was just joking or what. Justo's like, "No, it's fine. Look what's happening. This is great." So it was actually kind of funny because a lot of people saw it and they were wondering why the heck they couldn't get one.
That's awesome.
So
yeah.
that'll be good. We'll be getting those. It's
Good
probably
buzz.
looking closer to the 1st of June before we get those. But those will be out. We might have them by the race day. We're hoping.
Is he
but
going to bring any with him
No,
April?
they're not ready to ship
so,
yet.
real quick, April 6th,
6th. This next
there's-
Saturday.
next
Final
Saturday
four, right?
Yep.
will be the Aladino and Barrel event. It
Yep.
was previously from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. I know we talked about this last week.
Yep.
Scott did. The time has changed from 5 to 9 to 1 to 5.
Yeah.
So
And
be
honestly,
here.
I'm sure Trey, if he's able to, will probably stay a little longer. We'll see what happens. But he'll be out here. I'm hoping we have the Fumanoches by then.
I was curious if either of them would be around.
He said he was going. Well, that's still. No, it's not this weekend. Wait,
It's next weekend.
after this. That's right.
Well, it
that's
is-
right. Yeah,
By the time
My
this
brain's not
releases,
working. Yeah,
by
this
the time
weekend.
this episode releases, it is this
they're
weekend.
going to try to ship them out in time that I have them for the show.
Be good.
So we should have that, or for the event. So we'll have that.
Well, I won't be here for the event. I have softball that day. I
Yeah.
will be here that day, but later that night, I'm just going to come straight here from
Not
Louisville. so
playing softball.
not playing softball.
Right.
TDing. We have
Right. Technically
ACC
right.
network for University of Louisville softball. So
And I will say,
Yeah.
if these cigars are available, then you can definitely visit Lot 6 at IMS, and
Yep.
we'll have them there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, we'll have them
And
at
I
my
will tell you,
campsite.
that Cameroon Reserva is special. It's that's all I can say. It is very special.
so save me some.
Well, we won't have those till June. So you'll be fine with those. The Fumanoches we should have.
Okay, well save me some of those.
We will. We
Okay,
will.
so
We'll have some.
quick tasting.
So we
break
moved on
here.
to the regular BCBS Stout 2019 still. I gotta say, should have tried this one first.
I love it.
It is good, but I'm a little underwhelmed after the other two.
Really?
Oh.
I am.
Really?
I'm not saying this is bad. That's
No,
not what I'm saying.
I kind of like the direction we went because these
You
are
went
very
way lighter.
fruity.
Yeah.
This one is leaning more into
It's-
that nutty,
I got like coffee.
dark notes,
Yeah, the
coffee
coffee's
notes.
in there.
Yes.
Look,
Hazelnut.
this is classic. Every year when it comes out, you know it's going to be subtle differences from one year to the next. But
But this is also the
this
lightest
is Bourbon
one.
County.
Mhm.
This
Yeah.
is
So this was
is like
14.1%, then 14.2, then 15.
it's just always
Yeah.
good. It's a good beer. You know,
And the price, so I think the other, the only one that is different, I think they're $25 for the regular. I think the Weller one was like $65
Damn.
because of what it was.
Was
Right.
the name.
Aged in Weller for 2 years. So I think that one was like 59 or 65 or something like that. But I think the rest of them are like $25.
And I'm
Okay.
smoking a little faster than you guys, so I'm definitely
Well, I'm a
into the-
Robusto, so
Oh, right. So
Yeah.
I'm in the final third
Took the
here,
Toros.
and I mean this works. This works here, right? I mean, typically you'd expect when you get to the last third, those high notes, the light fruit notes, those start to drop away.
yeah.
You end up with the nice bready notes or some of those, more earthy elements.
Yeah.
And the final third here is absolutely matching up well with this for me.
Good. Yeah, I think so too.
I love it. I think they're all great. We still got a CBS to get through.
Oh yeah. Then we
I
could
didn't
jump back into
realize.
some
So
bourbon.
what else was on day 2 then?
So
Because I know you did.
it was literally just all. I mean, we walked through the entire show, talked to different different booths. I'm trying to think of some of the other booths we stopped at that day. We definitely stopped and talked to the boys at Aladino, Espinoza. We stopped by and talked to them a little bit, but then the next day, which I'm going to go ahead and blend them together. We went to the Espinoza booth, got to hang out and talk with Guy Fieri and Eric Espinoza.
Heck yeah.
Super nice. I mean, can't say enough about him. He was just they had a roped off section for
It's a
one
people
reason.
person.
Well, it was one reason. They had it roped off, and we sat down on a couch in a chair with him, sat down, talked. He was interested in us. He told us some stories about them, and the cool thing was those ropes were there because people were coming in just trying to weasel their way in to have a conversation with Guy, and we were just happy
Take
to
me to
hang out.
Flavor Town.
Exactly. But so we got hang out with them. I've got a sign coming, which I'll
I saw that.
have
That's
that.
awesome.
They signed it for the retailers to sell
I'm
those
looking forward to
brands.
having that big ashtray right here.
Yeah, and big ashtrays
And an
coming
ashtray.
because
Yeah,
of the order I
for the next
placed.
podcast. We'll
So
have that, right?
I don't know when we're getting. I don't know when
Okay.
it's going to ship. So have no clue on that. But it's going to be one ashtray for this big table because it's that big. It's big.
It's nice. It's nice though.
But there, I mean, that was a good time hanging out with them for a little while. We talked to the guys at Padron, got to see George and Orlando and some of the other guys there.
Did you meet new people?
New brands. Honestly, I kind of stayed away from a lot of that.
Yeah.
Only because I didn't want to bring in some new brands right away. I did talk to one, and after smoking it last night, I'm probably going to bring it in. It's a kind of a funny name. It's Lovely is the name of the brand.
Okay.
They have a story behind it. It's I think Wisconsin brand. It's bringing back an old brand is what they've done, and I wasn't expecting much, and but I got the cigar. I smoked it yesterday, and it was delicious. It was great. So it was a dark Maduro, full bodied, great flavor. And so we'll probably be bringing that one in. They only have a couple, so it won't take up a lot of space.
What's
So I
their?
can probably get it in here.
Where are they
soon.
getting their tobacco from?
Are
they making it?
I believe it's Nicaragua.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's Nicaragua. Yeah. But it was very, very
Interesting.
good, and they were really nice people. One of the girls was there. Her name's RJ. Shout out to RJ.
Shout
Shout
out.
out.
She actually's been here quite a bit before she moved, and she's part of their group now in Wisconsin. So it was nice to see that she was talking us up as a lounge to them, and we got to have a great conversation there. And then we went to several other booths. We went to La Galera's booth. We hung out with Corey Frisbee there. Got to meet Hochi
Nice.
Blanco and his two sons. His family, again, it's another family doing all the things, and when Hochi decides to retire, it's in good hands with the two boys and the daughter. So the boys are more involved. I think the daughter's a little bit behind the scenes right now, but that's going to continue to be a great
I
brand
think
for a
that's
very
awesome.
long time.
I think that's awesome that a lot of these brands are keeping this stuff family.
Mhm.
You know,
it
they're
sounds like
doing
they all are.
generational.
They are, yeah.
And it's the same thing with Moondrops. We ask Mark like what his end goal is, and he's like, I'm never going to see $1 from this.
Yeah, it's
And
it's
He wants
for
to
the
leave
future.
a legacy.
He wants to leave a legacy.
He does want to have
And he wants-
enough cash flow to be able to go down to Florida.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. Other
Right.
than that,
It's
but
like
yeah,
Yeah,
same thing.
pass
though.
out on the
family
yeah.
run this and send me
Family
a
run
check
it.
every month.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, he wants it to be an oil rig.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Same
yeah,
thing
I
with the
mean,
cigar
we-
brands.
So there was one thing you mentioned last night that I thought was really interesting, and it wasn't about who you saw;
Mhm.
it was about who you didn't see. Who
Yeah.
wasn't at
yeah.
the show.
Davidoff wasn't there.
Davidoff was not at the
And-
show.
Oh,
Now, I
shucks.
will say a couple years ago, all the big ones left PCA because they were irritated with what was going on in the PCA. They wanted to make a statement, so the top 4 or 5 didn't show. Everybody came back this year except for Davidoff. Don't know why. Could be because my prediction's coming true. We'll see. So my prediction was that Davidoff's on the sale block and someone's going to buy him. We'll see. So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. December.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And it honestly could have just been that Davidoff still wants to make the same statement. I don't know. I
That's
guess
fine,
we'll
'cause-
probably hear more because you'll start seeing some news stories coming out after the shows. Now that the show's over, I'm sure something will come out eventually. But I haven't seen anything come from
but
Half Wheel
there's
yet.
still new brands coming out. There's the brands that everybody already knows. It's coming out with new blends and coming out with new staples. And
Yep.
so, I mean,
Well, and speaking of
I'm
that
not a
too,
Davidoff fan.
we I stopped by and talked to Jonas from Blackbird. He's
Ooh.
got a couple new cigars, Superb and the Rin. I smoked the Rin last night. He's sending me samples of the Superb right now, so I haven't smoked that yet. So we'll see about those. See if those are ones we want to bring in.
Unkind's one of my favorites.
Yep,
That is a great
I
cigar.
love that cigar.
Yeah.
The
Good budget stick.
the Rojas has their next street taco coming out called Cinco de Mayo. So that one's going to be coming out. I'm getting those
Different
on order.
size, or is it the same?
It's it's a Toro.
Oh, it is a Toro. Okay.
The one that I have is a Toro. I haven't smoked it yet, but it's a Toro. So I'll be definitely checking those out.
So should we be doing a tequila show around Cinco de Mayo?
Cinco de
with
Mayo.
that?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan to me.
I like it.
Tequilas and mezcal, maybe.
Oh yeah,
Be nice.
yeah. Oaxacan mezcals. My
Oh
favorite.
yeah. Oh yeah. There you go.
Yep.
I'll have to look and see.
I'm
if
just
that's
here to
what one of
drink.
mine
I don't know
is.
shit about tequila.
Yeah,
No worries.
I'm not a huge fan of
Take
tequila.
it from our resident
do
Hispanic
like
here.
good high end tequila.
This
Exactly.
week.
This week.
I'm the resident Hispanic.
Resident
Exactly.
Hispanic.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Guatemalan. Whatever. I don't know.
But yeah,
Darker complected person.
yeah.
So day 3 is the same thing, just meeting.
Yeah,
with
I
other
mean,
people
yeah,
and
it was
stuff?
just all the different ones. I had another one I was going to talk about too, and I can't remember who it was. Oh, stopped by and saw 1502 Enrique and Soul there. That they're going to be here. At least Enrique is going to be here for an event coming up here in the next month or two. Maybe in May 22nd, I think it is. So we'll have Enrique out here. Super nice people. They didn't have anything specifically new cigar wise, but they have some new packaging which could be nice.
Thank you to sponsor Deadwood Live. Derek with Deadwood Live is producing top quality live edge products as well as bourbon themed furniture. If you've been in the lounge, you've seen the custom live edge table and barrel stools produced by Derek. Be sure to give him a like and follow on Facebook at Deadwood Live. That's DED Wood Live.
I think next year's in New Orleans, right?
Yes, I'm excited
Do
about
you have
that.
to buy media? Do you have to pay for the media passes?
We should go,
I think
but we should just be the marketing team for
Yeah, final third.
for
That's
Final
what-
Third.
Yeah.
Like not get media passes. Let's just go as Final
But-
Third.
I
But
think we would need media passes still, though.
The difference is coming as final third, you got to pay for your tickets.
Yeah, but they're
Going to the media, you go for free.
well. We can talk about that. We can talk about that.
I'm
and
just
see what
saying.
we'll do.
But we'll
Well,
figure
we-
it out.
we could
Because I'd
always
like to have a
put-
couple of
Yeah,
you
we
guys
could
go.
always put the Final Third podcast as a separate entity.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like that's the
That'd
media
work.
part because
Yep.
like
Well, and I'll talk to some of the media guys to find out what they got out of it. So it may not be the same access as what you would as a retailer. So maybe it would be worth just doing the retail side of it. But it'd be cool to get some, like, one of the things I kind of wish I would have asked, although I didn't want to be a fanboy and do it. Was going to ask Guy if he would do a little intro for us, but I didn't want to be
We'll get
a
there.
fanboy. So
we'll
I
get
didn't
it.
get that. So yeah. I mean, we got to see Greg Free. He's the one that owns used to be Fuerte y Libra. He got sued by Fuente because it's too close to Fuerte. Come on, guys, this is getting stupid. But they had to change the name of their brand because of that. It's like
What did he change it to?
Fuente's out there suing everybody. It's like Fuerza or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head. Same branding, change of name. But
Ridiculous.
it's just like, come on, Fuente, quit this shit. This little guy that's got 5 cigars is not competing against Fuente. Why are you suing them for this shit? It's like, come on, guys, it's getting stupid.
Yeah, he didn't get a small loan of 20,000 cigars.
No.
Sorry.
But
We love you, Al Micallef.
yes, we do love Al.
We do
McAuliffe.
love Al McAuliffe.
And Al was there. We got to hang out and talk with him a
Oh,
little
cool.
bit too.
Yeah.
He was there.
Get to see Amy and
Got to see
Lauren
Amy and
did you get to meet Lauren?
Yeah, she was there. She was busy.
there.
I didn't get a chance to talk to her. Talk to Amanda,
Okay,
Al's
cool.
daughter. She's super nice.
Heck yeah, all of them are great.
They're really nice. Again, another family doing
Yeah,
this stuff.
family.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's great.
But they talked to the guys at EP Carrillo. So I'm probably going to be getting some of the Ernesto stuff in here.
Man, it's been a
Um,
while since I've had some of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out where
2
I can
years,
fit
maybe.
this stuff before I start buying it because
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of room. But definitely enjoyed talking to those guys. They got a couple of new ones I brought back to sample to see what those are all about.
I'm excited to go through these samples with you, man.
Yeah.
Like,
We
It's
got a
gonna be good
lot.
stuff.
We got a lot. I'm
so
gonna
the next episode
do
is
some
going to be our
sorting.
pairing.
yes.
The pairing of the month, which I already have an idea of. Not going to tell you what it is now. You'll find out what it is. Dun, dun, dun.
That's quite a cliffhanger.
You could pretty much guess what it is because of the event. So
Yeah.
if you follow the email, you can kind of guess what the April pairing is going to be.
Yep.
But, release notes real quick. Let's
Go.
talk about that.
Go.
So Michter's teased today. They are, I think it's, what is it, April? They're going to release the Michter's 10-year. You got the notes pulled up, Scott. So
Yes, I do.
You read that one.
That's all these notes here, right? Yeah. So,
Yeah, just the bottom there.
Kentucky straight bourbon, single barrel. It will be limited quantities, so
I can't remember what I
best of
paid for my
luck.
10-year.
it
$150?
is a Kentucky distillate.
So good.
Yep. And
I've got a 10.
fire
I'll bring a
charred.
sample of that in.
Fire charred, that's the cooperage. Fire charred new American white oak barrels.
It's like
and
94
it's saying bottling is going to be 94.4. That'll be
Yeah.
interesting. 94.4.
I don't know what mine is. I'll have to look. I'll have to bring some samples in.
I've had some 94s, like you get just above that 90 and you feel like you're tasting a bottled and bond. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it falls short. So
Yeah.
So I was in Kentucky last week. I stayed with my brother because we had a softball series. And he stopped at a liquor store to get some beer, and I stopped with him. It's a place called Prospect Liquors. Shout out to them, I guess. You guys suck.
No shout out.
no shout out.
No
for you.
shout out to you guys.
We retract this.
It was it used to be a great place where they would have nice allocated pours on like a tasting bar, and it was like $5-10
Yeah.
for like a half ounce or 1 ounce pour. A certain demographic purchased the location. You could probably guess who. And that's no longer a thing. They have all the allocated. They have all the BTEC. They have all the, they have everything.
More like a 7-Eleven with high prices.
Yeah, it's just a fucking museum at this point.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
so my brother got some beer, ended up some Rasputin, which is fucking great.
It is
right?
good.
We
I've
had
got
it
that
on tap.
I got it on tap
Yeah,
at the house
so
right now.
I told him about that, so he was itching for some.
It's the North Coast, man. I'll tell you, that to me is the,
So
that's
good.
the stout.
Yeah.
That's
you
it.
like that.
That is, it's a traditional stout, so it's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I ended up with a bottle of Michter's Sour Mash because it was like $43, which is pretty much retail for the Michter's Sour Mash. It was just a regular small batch, but it's really good. I'll have to bring in some of that too because I think we talked about the Sour Mash before, and I don't think you've tried that one yet. So
I don't think so.
it's pretty good. That's a good one. The toasted Sour Mash is where it's at, but that's another one of those special release ones.
I
so.
would agree. The toasted is
You've
incredible.
had that one?
Absolutely.
Man,
It's so good. I had it when it was
Fucking
first
love it.
released. I mean, it's been 10, 11 years since
Yeah.
it was
so good.
first brought out.
Fuck, 2014. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
That was 10
I know.
years ago.
Right?
Holy shit.
Yeah, but
I say,
that was one of the first. I think that was the first toasted I ever had.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
really,
yeah. It was just.
See, I don't think
That
I
was
tried
fantastic.
that one until like 2018 or 19. Like I didn't try that one like when it first came out.
Hey, maybe it was more than 10 years ago then. I don't know.
Oh man, it's crazy.
Should have been drinking bourbon a long time.
you know,
we did establish last week that I like to drink.
Yes,
So,
I forgot the tagline of last week. I should have
Yeah.
put it in the comment section.
that's right.
well,
it
oh
was-
yeah, it was.
I don't think you realize how much I actually drink.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was
that is
great.
it. Yeah.
That was fantastic. I think our next beer episode we should just bring in the funkiest weird beer that any of us have.
Pickle beer.
Ooh,
No, I mean,
Oh, that
good,
we have.
that are good.
Good
Okay.
beers.
Good beers, but just different and weird. I've got one I almost brought today. That's a stout from Zwanzig's down in Columbus
Oh.
that ghost pepper infused.
Oh, I bet that's good. I
Dude,
do love.
it's so good.
I forget
I
what
like
the
a
brewery is
jalapeno.
up north in like South Bend or maybe over towards Northwest Indiana up there near Chicagoland.
18th Street.
Yeah, it might be
Jen would know.
18th Street
Yep.
that has a chili stout. It
They
is-
do. I think they
And
do.
it is
Yep.
really, really good. Like it's well balanced. It's not one of those we're trying to blow you
This-
out of the
yeah.
water, right?
This
I don't
one, you
remember who-
drink it, it's like, oh, this tastes really good. Oh, there's a spice. Then it hits you in the back. You're like, ooh, there's a spice.
Yeah,
There's a spice.
yeah.
I had
They would do that
a-
with like a
Especially
601
the
red.
last
Yeah.
drink, it's all that sediment, and you're like, oh.
I had a jalapeno Kolsch from somewhere.
I've had one of
I don't
those too,
remember
and
where,
actually it
but
was good.
really good.
Yeah, because
I can see that kind of bitter green pepper
Yeah.
note
It
coming
works
out
in the
and working
Kolsch.
with it
Oh,
in the
man.
Kolsch.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's kind of like
anything else.
the cucumber stuff with the Kolsch can work really, really
Yeah.
well. So that,
Yep.
Oh,
that would make sense. I would
so good.
also point out, if I can find it, Anchorage used to be everywhere, right? Anchorage
Yeah.
Brewing Company. And you could find their bomber bottles. I mean, I would walk into a liquor store and there'd be 25 different Anchorage bombers there.
Open in the CBS.
They've got one that is a sour. And
Mm.
I mean, it is like 2-week-old gym socks that you pull out from underneath your bed. Stinky. But it's so good. You can't stop. You just keep going after it. So,
All right, let's
Yeah.
get some rinsing going, Scott.
yep.
Rinse
let's
us
make it
up.
happen.
We're moving on to the founders.
So,
Tell us about this one.
you were
Rob.
talking about sours. One of my favorite sours of all time is still the Karmic Wealth that
sir.
Colt created over in
I haven't tried that
Paxton.
one.
And he only released it one time, and it was a job. And I still have a can, but honestly, I mean, it's a sour that's a year and a half old in a can. It might not be what it was once.
So I hate to say it. Well, I don't hate to say it because I love it, but I think my favorite sour is probably Dogfish Head Sea Quench.
Yeah,
I
it's a
like
pretty
that.
good one.
The
I did
sea
like that.
salt
Yeah,
sour.
that was good.
Absolutely. It's
That
all
was
oh my
good.
god.
Yeah.
Jen's not a fan. She doesn't like. She's not a huge sour fan. I do like the venomous though.
Oh, the Venomous is great.
Venomous
It's
is
more of
good.
a fruited
I've
sour.
had that one.
That's the one we got
It's
in the
pretty
we
good.
got in the
Yeah, it's the one-
cooler right now.
Sometimes it doesn't sit well with me though.
Yeah.
Like, if it's, I don't treat the venomous as like my first drink of the day. Like that one's got to be after like a cocktail or after like an IPA to me.
Okay.
And that could be, I mean, it's subjective, but like to me, like with my flavor and like the way that it sits in my stomach, I feel like I got to have a base before I get to the venomous.
Well, and the Venomous for me is more of it's almost more like a fruited ale. It's not quite so, it doesn't have a lot of the sour notes that you might want in a sour, but I'm totally fine with that because I like the flavor of it. That's what I care about.
So when you're thinking about beer, I kind of go back. I used to brew, got into beer real heavy, when everybody was wanting to open up a microbrew in every town in America.
Right.
And there was kind of these big notoriety beers, these guys fermenting just some amazing stuff. And it kind of makes me wonder where they went, like Dark Lord Day. You guys remember Dark Lord?
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that
Good
was a
stuff.
huge thing, and it was, really difficult to get a bottle.
You
Pliny
kind of
the
had to
Elder,
go to the day.
right? You had to go to the day, and that was it.
Yep,
Pliny the Elder, right? Never,
good stuff.
yeah. Russian River Brewing, right?
Shout out to Russian River. I
Shout
love
out, those
Russian
guys are
River.
amazing.
Yep.
Lagunitas, and they still Lagunitas
Love
is still
Lagunitas.
making, and Stone. I mean,
Stone.
some of these classic, right? The
Firestone
first
Walker.
ones, Firestone Walker was
Love Firestone
Oh
Walker.
my goodness, that was
Yep.
some of the best beer. And it's kind of funny, those, you don't hear like the chase after that, right?
Mhm.
It kind of like bourbon just overtook all of that. And I think it was kind of twofold. It takes longer for bourbon. So that's, I think, why we're still kind of in the middle of this big bourbon upswing. But, beer was just available. You just had to go out to wherever they sold it and,
Right.
and find it and get it each year when they made it. And then, there got to be microbrews everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, once that happened and you had all these microbrews everywhere, then it didn't really matter. You don't have to go find Dark Lord because you could go to your local brewer and they're going to be making some incredible imperial stouts that are bourbon barrel aged that, have these
Exactly.
amazing flavors. You can find these big, double and triple IPAs and suddenly
Mhm.
you're like, yeah, this little, brewery out of Michigan is doing a great, version of a West Coast IPA. Why am I out searching for the Firestone Walker or the
Right.
Stone or the Pliny the Elder or whatever, right?
Yep.
It kind of changed, and I think we're seeing that, right? We get a lot of these small batch bourbons in here, right? Wood hats,
Yep,
as
yep.
an example, and it's kind of up and coming. And now it's going to take another 5 to 10 years possibly before we're as flooded as we are with beer right now.
Yeah.
But I can easily see where that's going to start taking place, and you're going to go, well, why would I chase after Pappy or after a B-Tac, right? Yeah, okay, if one comes up, I might get lucky and get one.
Yeah.
But the reality is, I can find good whiskey anywhere.
Yep.
And I think that's why we've seen kind of the drawback in the beer market. And I walk into a liquor store now and I'm like, man, the beer section used to be huge.
Yeah.
It's not anymore. But it's a
You
lot
have to
more
go to
local.
like a Total Wine or like down in
I mean, I gotta say, even Total Wine,
it's not
I've
as
been
big as it
surprised
used
they
to
don't
be,
have like a beer guy that knows it.
You're right.
No,
Right?
but they do have the thing I like about Total Wine, and Kroger does it too. Well, some Krogers do it.
Some.
They do the individuals, or you can they'll either do like a build your own 6-pack, or you can just buy an individual.
Right.
Me and Jen used to love doing that because we would go try these brands like Founders and some of these other places that like we hadn't previously heard of.
Yeah.
To where like, I mean, a 6-pack of Founders like $17. Like this shit's expensive.
Not CBS.
Yeah.
CBS is,
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, other than that,
it's a
but
bit
like
more than
some
that.
of the other Founders,
yeah,
are like
KBS
60, yeah.
and some of those. Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, KBS is everywhere now.
It's
all the
everywhere now.
time.
Yeah.
which they
All the
base
time.
this one off the KBS, but this one
Similar.
has the
This
maple barrel.
yeah. So this one takes a bourbon barrel, send it off to the maple farm. Then they age maple syrup in the bourbon barrel. Then they bring it back and put their stout in it.
Yeah.
So you got the maple,
Thrice.
you got the bourbon, and then you have the stout, and it just pulls all those flavors. I've actually got some hot sauce that was used from ex-CBS barrels. So you got bourbon, maple, beer, and
That's
hot
amazing.
sauce. It's called Bliss. And you can find it in a lot
Sounds
of the
like
stores
Bliss.
around here, and it's delicious.
But yeah,
that's probably
that's-
my favorite hot sauce.
That's the thing that we like about Total Wine and some of the Krogers is that they'll sell you those individuals so you can try these things instead
Yep.
of buying like a full 6-pack or 12-pack or whatever.
But it is go walk through some of these beer sections now. And I mean, I just went to buy a bunch of beer at Total Wine. I was looking for some European brands that used to be around all the time. I was looking for a Flemish sour, and I'm at Total Wine. I'm thinking they're gonna have it. Nope,
Yeah,
didn't have it. Even in
they
the
have a lot
single
of
bottle,
wild shit.
they didn't have it. Right?
Yeah.
They do have a lot, but it's amazing how local it's become.
yeah.
They're not shipping stuff in from all
Yeah,
over
because
the
they
world.
used to have it separated out to like limited release, local craft, and then
Imported.
imported.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So they had like a couple different sections, but
I'll tell you what, one of my favorite places to go, discover beers is Jungle Gyms down in Cincinnati. Their beer section is
I think
massive.
Jen took me there one time.
Yeah, I've not been there, and everybody talks about how big
And the
their
cool
beer
thing
section
about it is you can get one of those little 6-pack, carriers, and you can build your own 6-packs with all
Love
these
it.
different beers.
Yeah, love
You
it.
can try beers from all
Yeah.
over the world.
I think Party
So
Source
good.
does that too.
They probably do. I've
Yeah.
not been to Party
Yeah.
Source, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's very similar. Yeah.
I guess a lot of places do that now. Like
Yep.
I think a lot of the larger retailers kind of moved into the whole like build your own 6-pack thing, which is
It's pretty
is great.
common.
Great
now.
way to
You
do
can
it.
Find it.
Yeah.
Actually, Meyer does that in Anderson.
oh really?
Yeah, at least
Yep.
they used to.
Yeah, Meyer and Kroger both do.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's a nice way to do it. They'll sell individual bottles, and you can do it
Honestly,
that
I
way.
never paid attention at the Meijer that I
But
go to.
you're
Yeah.
still not finding
No.
anything. I mean, you'll find all kinds of styles.
Well, it's like when we
O'Douls.
when Elysian Space Dust came out.
That was a good one.
That was one that it was hard to find. Now it's everywhere. I mean, they got them in cans and freaking grocery stores now.
Yeah.
It's almost become the Lagunitas IPA now. It's like that is a fantastic IPA.
See, that's
you
what
can
I
find
drink
it everywhere now.
when I go watch a movie over at Imagine.
Yeah,
There at Hamilton Town Center.
get one right there. Yeah,
You can get it, and they'll
Yeah,
they
we
go up
totally
to,
buy liquor there.
dude. It's 24 ounce for like $7.
Yeah, we just bring a
That's
flask.
what I love
That's
about
cheap as shit
Top
for,
Golf.
for Space Dust.
I go to Top Golf whenever
Yeah.
I go there. You get the 32-ounce mug, and I think it's like $5 of Lagunitas.
Oh shit.
Go out
Yep.
there and have two
Yep.
of those, and you're having a great time hitting balls out there.
Yeah.
It's a
Beer's
good
got to be
time.
cheap for what they charge you.
Oh God,
Fucking be
yeah, they're
there.
not making money
Yeah,
on their beer.
shit.
They're making money everywhere else.
Yeah, it's-
What's this doing for you, Rob? What's the CBS doing for
this is one of my favorite, if not my favorite stout of all time. This is the 2019 release. This was
Much
the
lighter.
last release that they did before when they got bought out.
Mm-hmm.
So they got bought out by a larger conglomerate. They just bought it,
I think
brought
they're
it back out this year.
InBev, right?
It might be. I don't remember for sure, but they just brought it back. This is one that they initially just nixed because there's so much work to do on
you?
it.
Yeah.
and they decided to nix it. And I think they had so much backlash that they finally said, all right, we'll make it again.
You got to keep it.
And honestly, it's an amazing seller for them. I mean, you're going to spend, I mean, I don't know what it is now, but back then it was like $40 for a 4-pack.
Yeah, I think they went to bombers on it.
They're high.
Well, they used to have bombers. Then they went to the small bottles and bombers, and then they went to just the small bottles in 2019.
Yeah, I think.
But I think the new ones, I think they did go back to the bombers.
Back to the bombers.
Yeah, I think this is the one that's like $15 for like one of them at Total Wine.
I think the bombers used to be around $24-$25 for one bomber.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are now. I have not bought a new one
if they're
yet.
17, 18, though, that's a pretty good deal.
That's not a bad deal for something like this. You can only get it once a year.
And honestly, a bomber, you can have 4 guys.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That's enough.
I mean, hell, we both had a decent pour out of that little bottle there.
Yep.
For us, I mean, we had enough beer here. We didn't need to have a full pour of any of them. But and there is beer here, guys, so you can drink more.
Oh, we'll make our way back through it. I like that one. That one's really good.
So
the maple definitely comes through.
So the last day of the show, again, we went through the floor, and we actually talked to a lot of people we hadn't talked to. Talked to the boys from Dapper a little bit. Didn't really get a chance to sample anything of theirs because they had other meetings, and I was totally fine with that. I can talk to them anytime.
Yeah.
But then that was the day that we had the award ceremony. So that was a really cool, very, very cool thing. It was by invite only, so it was all the lounges that were nominated, and then all the brand owners were invited to it as well.
That's awesome.
And so it was a pretty full house of people, probably, I don't know, at least a couple, 200 or 300, whatever people that were in there. And, you know, they came in, they gave us these little bracelets, which was kind of a cool little gift.
Yeah.
And then we sat down, smoking cigars, having some drinks. Drinks were on them too, so we got to have some cocktails and pours where we wanted, beers and all that. And then they started going through the process, and so they started with cigar shops only. They only sell tobacco, no smoking inside, anything like that. So they went through that first winter, and then they went back to the cigar lounge. They call the cigar lounge one that does not serve liquor, but has a place to smoke inside. So that was another category, and that one. And again, I don't remember who won that one either. But then they moved from that one into the cigar bar, which is us. And you know, again, like I said, we were completely shocked when they're showing all the videos of all the places that were nominated, and we got picked. And Lisa was speechless. We're all in tears, and you know, Justo and everyone back here is in tears, and the whole table, you know, we're all excited. It took us a while to get up there, but then, you know, our walkout song was Love Shack.
I love it.
So everyone's into it, dancing and singing and stuff. So it was a really good time. And, you know, it was kind of funny because, you know, Lisa's not typically I want to go out and drink and do party and all that stuff. Oh yeah, she's ready to go drinking after that. we were going celebrating.
She's feeling it.
And I was like, yeah, we can go back to the room anytime. She's like, no, I'm not ready yet. All right, let's go. So we ended up going out to the Smoke Cigar Lounge and partying a little bit with La Galera, smoking and drinking. They had amazing. I'm telling you what, if you're in Vegas, it's a little bit off the beaten path. It's in one of the suburbs of Vegas. But just do it. It's SMOK Cigar Lounge, and look it up. Go out there. They have they do small plate appetizers.
Oh, cool.
So they do have some food there too. Every appetizer we had was insanely good. They had burnt ends. They had meatballs. They had churros. These little churros were freaking amazing, and they had those out there for us.
Burnt ends.
Their drinks, their cocktails were great. Oh, the burnt ends were insane.
Yeah.
They were so good. I wanted like 4 plates of them, and I couldn't get all of them.
We call them meat candy.
Yes.
Meat candy.
The meatball was the winner for me, though. That meatball was insane.
That sounds
It was
awesome,
so
man.
good. But so we hung out there. Their cocktails, she's like I say again, Chelsea, she's killing it out there. Their cocktail, I actually had their version of their Sazerac.
Pretty damn good.
Second best Sazerac I've ever had.
What's the best?
Ours.
Right here, baby.
Yeah. But
come find out why this is the best of the Leaf.
yeah.
for the Midwest.
Yes, please
yeah.
do,
Midwest.
please do,
Yes.
because
Yeah, it's cocktails, it's cigars, it's community, it's
And
everything.
it was really funny because as we were, we sat down at the table after the award was given to us, and we sat down, a lot of people coming up, congratulating us and all that stuff. And then Rohan, shout out to Rohan.
Shout out
He's the
Rohan.
one that started Circle City Cigars in Indianapolis. He bought the old Cosmo Nights, and it's now
Yeah.
Circle City Cigars. He came up and congratulated us, and got to talk to him for a little while.
I meant to ask you about that because I've also been getting targeted ads for Circle City Cigars.
Yeah, yeah.
was
I mean,
gonna
he's
ask you about that.
definitely doing that.
They've only been open for like a year and a half.
I mean, they've been open for a very long time, but they just changed ownership.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's
Maybe that's
it's
why.
like it's just north of the Children's Museum. I think it's Illinois.
Illinois.
Yeah,
Illinois
just
goes right
north
by.
of there. Really cool place. They have it used to be a predominantly just a like black business owners club, and it was a private club. Then they opened it up to the public. And Lisa and I have been over there several times. Super nice people there, great people, decent selection on the bar, really nice selection on the bar. I don't know what Rohan's done with the bar. I mean, he could have changed things up and made it even better. But really good prices on all their pours. But again, I haven't been over there to see what he's done with the humidor either. So he's taken that on. Rohan used to be one of our customers here, and now he's doing his own thing. So it was really cool to see him.
Maybe we go out there one day.
We should. We definitely
maybe,
should.
Maybe we go do. Hit him
I'll
up.
reach
Yeah.
out to him, and we'll
maybe
interview him
maybe
over
we'll-
there.
Yeah, we'll do an episode over there with
Rohan, if you're
and-
listening to this, make sure we get
Yeah.
connected, because I want to make sure we
I think that'd
get
be
that
great.
done. I'd love
Yeah.
to spotlight your place.
We'll take the Micallef approach, like with their podcast going live on Friday.
Going live on Friday. So we'll
take that approach.
We'll talk
Like,
to you
yeah,
here soon.
let's-
Maybe we can
let's
do a
talk to
Monday
other
or a
businesses.
Tuesday or something like that when
Yeah.
I'm off, or whatever. I can just
We've
leave.
already kind of started that with like the distilleries. Like
Yep.
we're trying to help these local brands like Moondrops, and eventually we'll make it up to West Fork and talk to them.
Yeah. I'd like
we'll
that.
go down to Starlight, and we'll go back to 55, and we'll
Weather's getting warmer, so we'll be able to be outside.
yeah, weather's getting
and
warmer,
Yeah.
so
smoke
it's
while
gonna
we're
be great.
drinking.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I think let's start going places.
And then
summer.
after we left there, we hooked up with Hochi and the crew over at Smoke, and then went back to the casino for a while after that, because Lisa was not done drinking yet. So
Of course,
we had to go back to the casino, and we drank and hang out there for the evening. So
plus or minus.
plus or minus what?
Did you end up or down?
Yeah,
Oh, I lost all mine. I mean,
Lisa, where's
Yeah.
she at?
That, Lisa's
we
the
both
question.
lost. We both
Oh,
lost.
man,
Bummer.
Yeah, well, the problem was, and I'm going to throw Jake under the bus here, Crown Heads Jake.
Where'd you go, Jake?
We went to the casino at Resorts, and we were walking trying to find a blackjack table, and we sat down thinking it was a $25 table, and
I think
we all
that's
put our
pretty
$100
standard.
out there,
Yeah.
and we all walked away about 5 minutes later. I did win a couple, and I was up $100 and decided to be stupid as hell and put $100 out and lost it all.
Look, at a $25 table, if you win one hand, you got to leave.
I did
I
talk
should've.
Rob.
I
I did
should've.
talk Rob out of a $50 bet on the Avs last night to win by 2.
Good for you.
Oh, I'm
yeah,
glad.
yeah.
Dude,
when they were down by 1.
I will
it was-
tell you, that's the one thing I was so pissed about. Let's throw Dr. J under the bus a little further here.
Damn it.
So we were out in Vegas, and I was watching the game, and it was the Pens and the Avalanche. Pens were up
Oh, I was
middle
fucking nervous.
middle of the way through the second period, almost towards the end of the second period. They're up 4-0.
Yeah.
And
It
I
like
was telling
6-2.
Lisa, I'm like, I want to go back to the sports bet, and I want to put $50 on the Avs to come back. She's like, oh, I think they'll come back, but we were at the trade show, we couldn't get away.
Oh, man.
And I was so pissed because $50 would have probably paid out $1,500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily,
Yeah.
maybe
they
more.
did.
I was saying
maybe
probably more
more.
like 2,000.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And I was so pissed because that's the one way I bet on the Avs. When they're down big, I always bet on them to win because they
Have to.
come
always
back
do.
at least
Yeah.
one out of every 2 or 3
You
times.
never bet on the
So-
Pens.
Actually, quite a bit more. There are 26 games this year. I
That
think is
they've
what we
come
saw
back
last
wins.
night.
Yeah.
Comeback wins.
Of course, they did
Yeah.
get beat by the Habs last
Yeah.
night,
Ugh,
but you know what?
that was, yeah.
They were on a
Fuck the
9-game.
Pens.
They were on a 9-game winning streak, and they're going to lose some. So
Hey, but McKinnon did get his point.
he did get his points.
20 games.
He tied with Tam's, Kucherov.
Yep.
But Cooch plays tonight, so he'll probably
Boo.
pass again. So
Calling all dog lovers, say hello to Spencer Lee's, offering freeze-dried pet treats crafted with care and bursting with flavor. Spencer Lee's treats are the ultimate reward for your four-legged friend. Made from single ingredients and freeze-dried to perfection. These treats are packed with all the goodness your pup craves. Be sure to visit Spencer Lee's on Facebook or Instagram for updates and website information. Yeah, we looked it up and it was like, wow, 20, that seems like a lot. Oh yeah, that record, that's 51 consecutive games.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
By the
he's-
great Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah,
51.
crazy.
That's 2/3 of a freaking season.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what the? So, Gretzky, you're still the man, but
Yeah.
Max on his way, baby. Let's go.
Well, I know Scott moved on to a unkind here, but
Which I will say, you know, a little bit heavier cigar than what we were
Yeah.
smoking in the blue. And it
Yeah.
absolutely stands up
so
to the stout here.
yeah, the
So-
CBS hits different because it's 11%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We
it's
started
low.
with 15, went 14-2, 14-1, then 11.
But I will say
So
none
it
of them
went-
tasted proofy at all. I mean,
They did
They
not,
all were
no.
very sweet.
Yeah, they were all.
This
yeah,
feels the proof. My physical being feels the proof.
of the beer.
The
Come
Yeah.
on, come on, Jen. Use your words.
Yeah. I'm drunk. I feel the beer
I feel the
pulsing
beer.
through me.
Oh.
No, it's starting out at 15%, going to the 11. This one definitely seems lighter. It's not as viscous as the 15, but I think that has a lot to do with the finish on those first two that we had with the Moncherie and the Weller 12 barrel,
Yeah.
and then going into the.
This one
just the
hangs on
regular
the
one.
glass more.
This one does,
But
it's not.
you're
as
right.
It
thick.
doesn't do it in the palate.
No,
I
it
think
doesn't.
this one's it's more drinkable.
You
And
said
some
the
of-
Weller was not as thick as some of the others. The Weller was the thickest one we had today.
Did you think so, really?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I think.
I
and,
agree.
Yeah, I mean, you
I
can go
agree.
back and taste a little bit more,
Yeah.
but
I
yeah.
will say I've had CBS releases that were thicker than a heavy Guinness drought.
Yeah, but I get way more like maple and coffee off of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Than like there's the first two you get like a little bit of fruit. The second one definitely the Moncherie, you get that cherry,
Yeah.
and then this one is just all maple. Definitely a stout. You
Yeah.
know, it's definitely prevalent.
it's
there.
definitely got that maple sugary
Yeah.
note, right?
Yeah,
Like, it
yeah,
kind of sticks
yeah.
to
Dark-
your lips a
dark
little bit.
sweet, yeah.
Yep.
What's it doing with the cigar with you, Rob? Because I know you still got a little bit left. On yours.
I just let it out. So
I'm almost done here.
I mean, honestly, it was doing the bready thing that he was talking about. Still, I mean, the breakfast or the baking spices kind of popping through, but it was almost that bready. Not as much into the sourdough kind of toast we were talking about earlier. It's definitely more of just like the graininess
sweet and
of
sour,
a bread.
all the extra high notes there. They just
Yeah.
keep falling off.
They do.
But,
I
They
think
do.
these two with the CBS and the Micallef Blue is giving me kind of like a cinnamon nut bread,
Okay.
like the
yeah.
almost like a coffee crumble.
See, and I'm one of those guys where I'm not big pairing with beer. I don't pair cigars with beer very often.
I don't a lot
I don't
either.
mind it with coffee, which is odd because they're very kind of similar in
Sure.
the way they feel. But with beer, I feel like beer always overpowers a cigar for me.
I kind of feel like that's the case too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter what beer. I mean, that's like we talked about with the Espinosa Laranja Reserva.
Mhm.
That little bit of orange zest out of that Brazilian tobacco is the only cigar I've ever smoked with an IPA or a sour that worked. It still wasn't my favorite pairing, but it actually did work with it.
But I could see that one with the one that I mentioned earlier, with the Dogfish Head, the Sea Quench,
yeah,
with that like orange zest and like the sea
Mhm.
salt lime.
Mhm.
I think that would be good.
It
That-
and it
that's
does
gotta be
work with
good.
that. If you're a beer guy, it's definitely one. I mean, I a lot of times I'll go in there and they'll say, "What should I smoke?" And I'm like, "What are you gonna drink?" And when they say they're going to drink an IPA or any kind of beer, I'll say,
Yeah.
"This is actually the best pairing for a beer
Yeah.
right here."
Because what's the venomous? That's like a raspberry sour, isn't
It's
it?
a raspberry, blackberry, and something else, maybe.
Which is weird because I like that, but I don't like that Coke, which is a spiced
Yeah.
raspberry Coke.
Right.
yeah,
It's a spiced
and I
Coke.
know,
That's weird.
and Dr. J said he hated it too. I
No,
like.
Dr. J liked it. Grant said he hated
Yeah,
it.
it was Grant that.
Oh,
Yeah,
Grant.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Dr. J said I was wrong.
I liked it.
I know. So you
I-
and it's two
Honestly,
against two here.
well, I think the problem with it was called spiced Coke.
yeah, it should have just been raspberry.
It should have just been raspberry Coke.
Yeah.
because I liked the flavor. It was raspberry. It wasn't like a Captain Morgan in it or anything. It was
No.
just raspberry.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good, but I would rather just have a regular Diet
Yeah,
Coke
maybe
or
that was my
Coke Zero.
I
problem.
don't really
was
drink
expecting
pop
something
like ever,
different.
so
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got
I do
nothing to
occasionally.
this.
Sometimes I need caffeine that I don't want to
Eh.
make a pot of coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
that's fair.
take some meth or something, and it'll wake you up.
Right.
Hey,
I'll
Scott,
just hit
can
my
you hit
pipe.
me up?
I'll hit my pipe.
Can you hit me up?
Let me
I
get
got
a
you.
pump.
I got you.
Yeah, you have a glass vape pen.
Well, final thoughts, Rob. Let's hear it. What you got?
Yeah, I mean, I thought the show was great. I thought it was our first show to go to. I've been to a lot of trade shows with previous employers. This one definitely more casual. Not as much of the people coming out into the aisles to try to drag you into their booth.
Yeah,
They were a little bit more respectful than some
hangout.
of the trade shows I've been to.
That's good.
There was a couple that did it. They were very annoying, and I walked off, but it was fine. But that was usually the small guy just trying to get someone to stop and see his stuff, and I don't blame him at all for that.
Alec Bradley.
You got no, well, not Bradley. We didn't stop
I'm
there
just
with
talking
them just because we don't have their brand.
Yeah.
We really tried to focus this year on going to see brands that we already support, see what's coming out new, and then talk to the ones that are coming on, like Padron, and then like that lovely.
I love that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll
I'm
bring some
excited for
stuff in.
Padron, man. I'm
I
excited
am
to
too.
get some Padron stuff in here.
I'm placing the order today, so we'll have them in here the next couple of weeks. You know, hopefully we'll have all of it come in, but if it comes in phases,
Wait
that'll
a
be
sec.
fine too.
So, not last show, but the show before, we mentioned that you were talking about bringing a brand in, and you wouldn't tell us.
Yep, it was Padron.
That was the brand.
Yep,
You
Padron.
just casually let it.
Yep.
Just let it.
Yep,
fall out
sorry,
there.
I forgot we did. I
Yeah.
forgot we hadn't talked
So
about that. Yeah.
official announcement
It's
for all
official.
those. Yeah,
We have our
Padron is
Padron
coming to the
account.
final third.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. I mean, we're going to have everything from the 1,000 series up to the 26s. That's my favorite cigar. It's going to be a good range.
It'll be a wide
cigars.
range because, like, the 1,000's a little
It's a lower price point.
lower price, and then
Yeah.
you get up towards the 1926, which is towards the
$25,
higher,
$30 cigars.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I think it's going to be like everything else in the humidor, where you have a range of affordability for everyone.
Yes.
So
Yeah, and
everybody's got to try the 1926 at some point.
it's such a
great
good cigar.
It is.
It's such
it
a,
really is.
and that's the thing is like someone that doesn't like a more full bodied, that's where the 64 comes in. It's more of a medium, chocolatier kind of cigar. That'll be great. The one thing that Padron does on your first order is they have a set lineup that you have to bring in. Actually, I kind of liked what they did because it gives you a wide range of what they offer.
Yeah.
And you can bring them in, see what works, what you want to add, what you want to take out, and then down the road you'll weed it down to where you want it to be.
Right. But you didn't
So-
have to have 25 faces, like
Yeah. Yes.
Somebody else.
close to it.
Yeah, it's in that world right there. Yes.
Well,
yes.
But they have enough that are palatable to,
Very much so. Yeah.
stand for themselves. So
That's the reason why the lower shelf in there is completely bare right now because I'm waiting for
Heck
that
yeah.
to rearrange the humidor.
Yeah.
So
Stop by the lounge.
yes,
Expanding the humidor.
yes,
More
it's
shelves.
coming. So
More products. More
So,
things are coming.
again, it was,
Everything is great.
Everything
Everything is
is
going
great.
great.
And make
PCA
sure
was awesome.
if you're watching this on Sunday, released on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
no
national-
Mondays.
Monday.
It'll come out
Okay.
Monday. Monday
Well,
morning.
then I guess I hope you enjoyed
Your beer.
National Beer Day.
Yes.
Yeah, National Beer Day. We
Yep.
tried it here first. Go hit up your local brewery. There's a whole bunch here. Sun
Yeah.
King.
Yes, there is.
And that's things like it's
Yep.
National Beer Day is Sunday. Don't worry about
St.
the
Joseph's.
day.
Go-
Go out
go
next
somewhere.
Monday.
Yeah.
On Monday or whenever this comes out. Just go out to your local brewery and support them because
Yeah.
they need you there.
It's
And that's on that note, I also want to say thank you to all you that helped us win this award because we couldn't have done this thing without you. It's because of you guys that we're here. So thank you guys so much. Come be a part of the family.
Yeah, come check out the new hardware. It's great.
Yeah.
Rob, where can they find you?
Final Third Cigar on Instagram, Facebook.
That's for me, Scotty D Smokes.
There you go.
On everything.
On everything. You can find me at Spencer Lee's and both the visuals on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy Beer Day.
Happy Beer
Enjoy
Day.
it.
Cheers everyone.